na wonso anya akwanya ne mampani adi nkomo na wama ne hune ekoso ewo mantamu eya na asede se bread ti sei mu no oboaw na enema nyina ekokama ema. As always, we are active on our social media platforms. Just join us on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. Yes, Fache Television. That's where you engage us and tell us what's happening in your community. Sir, and our voice note or text message, any WhatsApp messages, no ever brain 020-754-3637. Yeah. Yeah, send us the messages and we would be ready to read the messages and play your voices. Send you no ye sha se anopa e bibre mu abebuo no ye de brew eno achi na afi enkomo no ye de nyina aka ho. The African proverb this morning says, he who refuses to obey cannot command. He who refuses to obey cannot command. That's the African proverb for this morning. If you are much.
Yeah, Bra Kojo. Anope ya busuafo ya African proverb no eyetiawa. Ose ne ompese otie no. Ontumi eni animu. Abebuo yi kire yen se obia opese oye leader okandini no. Esese wotumi etie afufro ensem won mafutuo. Na odiye adwuma ansana watumi ababeye okandini mapa. Leader wonya ahobrase na wonfa ntoboase ntie afoforo na wante wanse no. Ni leadership eye den ma no. Efrise wantie obi de no ye den no akomande ni pakro se ono so eni umra so. Enti yanam sa African proverb yi so ema obia obenya bibi mu kwan se odi nipa anim no ehunu se esese wo free sabre na onya ahobrase esua sade obetie afoforo asem na watu ho anamon ansana ne leadership da chede no etumi edimu amano. Da bia ye base ya ne de niema baako mienu bi ayenhweso ama yen ho da ya bra boni asetere mu no. Eniema etete saa ekoso. Nti e bi kra na wadwene ene wani ema wo ho so se ade a miye se mesesa efri ho. Tinhweso ne ba se na de toto de ho a na wahunu anamon a wonso ubetu. Yemfa yenhweso a edikan no. Enwura yensuku mu Uwo suku mu na ya abofra na se wuntie wa kyerɛkyerɛfo asem. Waya wadwene se de wo pa na wo bɛyɛ. Won mo ka setenase a wose masɔre gina hɔ. Wose ahankɔ ho wose hɔ na mefiri ebei. Daachi bia wo pese enka wo mo nominate wo ne yeto so aba na bia wo bɛyɛ prefect. Ema school no yenya brani ese school prefect na yese head boy head girl. Wo pese wo benya sa di brani bia won mu guso a wo bobo nipadin no won mo de enka ho. Efisa wa kyerɛkyerɛfo nyina nim se wo mu ade. Wunti afutuo wunti atene enti won mo tena se de obisa won ho ne se ye kukuru mponi o ne ye besoa. Sesia mpo a wo ye ordinary student mpo ena wo feel se wo tumi nti de wo pɛ ena wo ye no. Na won wo decide bra ne hya won sade a sen ena ebekro. Yese apronkuma egu nhyirani mpo ena etikum akwaduwa yi na beso abiribra. Enti ya ma sa opportunity no na wo meye head boy head girl school prefect na wo mefro entena wa kyerɛkyerɛfo wo mo konso sa pepepe na wo koso gya adwuma mu a won ma yafa won te se na anu ya military recruitment ba yei esese wo sua se de obedi mmara so omo de obey before complain yo womo de mmara kete na ye adwuma ewo military no mo ho enti se daache wo pese wo so fro rank by rank saa na ba be pani a wan sua se de obedi mmara ne hyehyeye a ewo military adwuma no mu a wontumi enru leadership position no eho efri se woni a woni wo mu frase na obi a de nani to fom hwe se de wusu no ban ete enti wanya ma onua no omo so nya ma se leader no kra wo ba be ya ebe ya din se obe command obi ama na fi wo we se wa mu na da asen ena omo de wa ye bibi sa pepepe ena oman a yetie mu etie se wunni mra so yes rule of law Ghana ewa mamra constitution ya wode ebu oman no se de constitution ni eka bia se be wo de na ye brodua ade pepa auto unfa constitution ya hwe na oba ba ye president ana se wunya amamuomu akanie bia how do you expect one more ewo wase se obehye mra ma wo madi so wan kasa kra mra no wuni so enti oba be leader no saa na obeya obatoto niema ase obatoto mra ya ebo wadwuma anase dibra wode ahya wonsa no eho bra no ase ama niema aginsemo eniema beye bisi basa akwada wone na wo forte no oso ono de wontie hwe yetunefo a na wo posa ne bibie no ne refisa da ache wono so banyini aba abaye oba atan obanyini aba abaye owofo na said enei woma wa 4th of time no sa pepepe ena wo ba ono so baye wo wanti atene wantena sidin anti wa wofu afutuo odi awoso aso awo men eno na ade namu a wo ba ni wia wo be hunu sade wono so be ma tough time ebra wo tete no emu abatete na fom enti wan free sa abre ya ma maame wo papa de anye mere ama wo a saa na daache won so ba ede be ye wo asam na wie ye nyina ne se wo pese wo ye a good leader now command respect from wo subordinates anasa woni a ehye wase a sia sade wo betie sankrofo no a wo mo besom wo mo wa command won wo mo asem wo betie ase yie wo bebra wo ho ase ama wonom wo adwenkyere nso de betoto niama baako mienu bi ho na wo de aye adwuma na se wo trentram wo eye wo yodium a wo commande a obi amfi wo yase respect is reciprocal wo bu no a ene ono so bu wo na de wo so wo mu no wo mfa wo adwenkyere nya hwe oha bi kura na wo namu e wa adwuma mu se opani a wo da adwuma no sa wo ye general manager sa wo ye CEO adwumayefo wo ha pa won mo yi nipa ba ko di wani mu oba be ka wo mo hawa na wa pre wa so mfa asam na nya adwuma e ba sa afa no obi ate atena na wo mo hwew okay ene ye me nhwe ye ho oden no wo mvalu enti ye nha ye ho ye ba ye dia ye betumi no ne aye obi wo ho a enka obetumi aye enwuma bebre e de aboa atenaye no nanso esanse ne leader amfa ni dia ama no na ebia wo kire na adwene a wontie nti ne dia ba akopɛ no a wo hye da fa na adwuma sɛ wo mmeye no Obeye no nko an so e bia na nimde foforo bi oba bia nko betumi ayi apie e de aboa institution no e de aboa company no nanso woye kra no a mfaso bia mfiri so emma eni dia ohia senka ye de bema no na bia da ache aba so bosoro nko bi kra aba no wonya enti ne no watena se e kakra wa no a woni ne sensan ho nkrata no no aye bosome so anu age na katua na ba bia enko betumi aye adwuma aboa no e ho sei onfa ho efise wo mfrase amfa odo ne ahobrase ne tema ne wo mantena ti saa enebeye enti akanifo ya mu di anim e wo yenwuma mu yen sori mu yesuku mu se ye kununum aye ne motifie e besere se munya aso na muntie wone a wohya ase no ensem mumfa ahobrase ene abodwokere enka wo mata wo hu sane enema ekọ achewa won mo etimi yi mpanimfo asotre no muntie na munsiesie enema ye na etimi ama ebre bi sa wo so wo commande won se munye we a wo munyina adibuo ni anidie ama na sa wo ye wonema sa bia sare biara sa no mo so ene wo ebetena eba na sa so a na entwa yi enti sa wo pesa wo commande respect da kire ebra wa baye leader free sabri na emma enkrofo listening ear na utie wia wape ehun adwuma aye na odi aso nipa kro ha obia no na daache wan kasa kra ebia respect no won commande eno a ena ebeba na etimi aboa janope ye kakrawa enie enyina yemfa bi yemfa ntu ye hofo na ebeboa ye yedase
right. And over the weekend, a number of them, yes, one want a year, one want a year wedding. Jumedie Ahuro, just don't forget that Friday was a May Day. And May Day, no, Yakobo Bobby, a home cover Babra, Yadi Agudi Hunsam Ebro. But over the weekend, there were a number of issues. Me pacho, Yensha Semfi, as always, at his best, the minority leader, Kwamna Afenyo marking. You can't take it away from him. But that's what the video of Afenyo marking at his best. And always, he will do that for you. Other videos are, Yes, and that's culture at its best. It is also Central Region. Now, Omudia Fasha, it is a member of parliament, Kwamna Afenyo Marking, Ebemwa who say, Wayan and Yemen, we are the real feeling cheap, Obekoninchi, now Wakoye, the SSA, Oye. Ghana Nkwan, the BBI, the NDC, MPP, partisan politics, Irium. It's Yankohe, the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the general chairman for the NDC, Esiedun Ketia. Ya ton safre won say womre dwumadi etesase na womfa wani munyam emeta dwumadi no achi no asore no nkomo a wo muti ye ni ye hwemra
me no message nkrofo bi ma the message say me ba na me hu no a me nka kire no say omo hwehwe no na koko epiafo omo say me nka kire no say omo di omo ka cashew epiafo omo say me nka kire say do ketia say omo di omo ka ebro ikwa epiafo omo say me nka kire no say omo di omo ka ena soybean epiafo say me nka kire omo say omo di omo ka mmabunu say omo train 24 hour economy no 133 no omo benya ejuma no omo di omo ka na Ghana fo nyina ase me nka kire no say dumso no omo di ababio no omo di enka bebre.
Right. Eti jumedi a eya safu jumedi na yeto nsafre opani no ne nkomo a odiye na oka kire asiedu nkatia se amanfo se ye mebo na mane se MPP promises no omo antimi anya NDC de no a omo kan ne de omo hwe animu se omo beye general asiedu nkatia nya akwanya ono nso kasa no na semni
ye ni mu se Bibia ene ala isiamu bia wo ni botae eju bia bonte na uyonko kobo bonti mi amono wabo pasa na uba eni wani bre ebesi uyere so wo jaade a Eno tini ano, yaba sira aswari se. Nini ano ma wama di kama, wamkese wamu dale aswari nshi amu se. Ede ya manyase no. Mumma mpaye na mumfa wamu bone.
So Asiedu Nketia also gives us a response, and it was interesting when the two of them met and had a discussion. And pay Kofi and come with on comma. The endorsement has come through when he celebrated 50 years of life. Chairman to me, Chairman Bernard and Chibue Siakon, Party Manu Kujano was sorry about Odi ni 50th birthday. Now, in that celebration, one member of parliament, Edin Komo, Yentian Komo Odi, na me ba na fe Mama Kofi achira adwen ho endorsement na ba.
Sawa kodi chairman baako, sawa kodi chairman mienu, sawa di chairman miensa, ebisi da. Na oko national chairman na ena wontimi nko. Aba ye kwa akoto no me se eye asia hofo na beto sa aba we amanyankopon ama MPP ewini. The last election no mo se eye DDEP eye nkofo na o mo se bi o mo sika na egufu ye middle class high class me se aba we eye omo a mo se eye low class no mo nyo bia no sa aba ye beto 2028 omo bufuo na de Ghana e de MPP beba eto de bia omo hia omo ni obeka omo kasa because me ko kasa che omo a wo hwe ne sa wo doctor wa kakaso but for kase e de ko the farmers opa me ko farm bi na me nkra me doctor me nkra me lawyer na me ko farm bi farmer ne be hwe me hu nya nika one we be kasa so mfie ma wontumi ko du farm ho no mo obeja do eja adwen sisa e de ama MPP ma wontumi ko galamsey site nipa be ye 2 million ye disappoint wo mo no ko du ho no mo hwe o de edo ene adwen sisa ene de beja wo mo Mami mi ko ye me doctor nko kan me buafo kase wo ho sankrofo no saa ye de Ghana ahye o mo sanfie tete eno ana etimu saa eti ye do point bi a nkola ye social media omo ye bloggers omo akoma ehye na omo pe obi ote se omo enti se okofa no book a obedi odoko no pa enti emre dani ana wa ye de wa dani hu bi again emre dani ana wa ye de wa dani hu bi eye strategy eye strategy na ododo no e wo fom na me wa rehyem se Nyankopon wo so yi a ohwe nipa akoma mu a ose oni bie ni na danfo no sani awuntimi ti bia no opene saa ena edo a ode ma ne se wuntimi wo de opatan no okoduru bro no so a nkrofo no be gya ho akọ ne nchen ye pesa dia ma MPP I don't think me say wuntimi aba ye kotu obewi ni me na ne
right Kofi
Legend
endorsement no say na open view then na
Legend say endorsement we there eba nka ensehwe because ohwe other contestant na I think say almost so endorsement so aba be bring endorsement or but be bring endorsement
unfortunately
but Legend yemfa and as yemmerade I mean chama won to menya 50 years and afina wetin me running pinning few so and we expect say 50 years there Legend say they only no be me be only 50 years I was say wa dream mu bibia mu a dead say ampa o ye 50-year-old man obobra na mabra no so atede e won nsem enti yende nyame asem fama chama wontumi na I know say ono ankasa no 50 years celebration o nyaye no ne mpa ye kese ye pound be body ache nyame se nyame man nye national chairman na e feeling ke kawo bia I mean this current government e person mo de ekeka no ho se de be ya untimi en compete for the national chairman no intimi mbemsa intino I know say empire kese pa na sa empire no ba me offer but din komo say so he chairman wontumi a as regional chairman or the NPP
has it in Hong Kong
or the NPP about power
endorsement no aba no anam bizu
offer say me can me rem dey see
rem uko rem akopede ho
so our working experience
na o dey be ba ho party no endorsement na me ka ho asem o mo ba adwumadie no ase no
offer say mpina man endorsement also ogini din tin one endorsement no and then can say
na wo nyini ni
offer basem ba ku bi mpine kan na mene ne nya
adwen so ogini di ana wo nyini ni
oh me gini di on regional basis
by national candidate
Debbie
on your candidate
Debbie national ho there
over 600,000 Ghana mofra ene womokọ na omakọchro nsohwe a nkunindie ba ede omo ekọ into free SHS education anopedi en ye kan kire wo
de adrone de samre kra minim se nkwada ne bi nam kwan so a wono mokọ efiti weekend no nyina ya bompa ya ta wono machia yenim se ade ne de wono masua na ye besere se de wono masua no eno na wono nkọchro they say the examination more practices here. Why kefo epesa won mo sha na wotu ase afi. Won mo yen sa kwan so. BC ekoso wasi so ekoso. The ebo mpaye ene se bibia beba wieye na ebra won mo release results ne bedru na yen konkote se ene etwa subject we mu. Ena akwada we the entire results ni nyina ye twam. Ebinom so ya withhold any saa niema no ye besere se nkwada no enye discipline afi na won mo ntron social ntro ne yie ne won masua no won nkotro na kyerɛkyerɛfoɔ so a won bo nkwada no ma won dua pɔ ewia nsɔhwɛ num na edru baabi a na akwakofa afi ne nkeka wade abrɛ wayek no won so ntu on hofo na no wayekfoɔ bɛka sɛ won a last year wachire wonom e wosa exam practices ne ho no afi won ma wo kwan e ma wo munnie ba bia nkwada ne kotro nsohwe no kra enti se wotira ye na se wosuku mu ya mpamo na da so ye teacher nkwada na e no you can't match them to the exam center na chese wo kra ya nimguase amount se teacher fo ne mpese da chi bi edi animu no ene ma ti se bi ebeba na wayekfo de sanctions a emu odro sa be ma wono ma ye besere pa sa wo mo ankasa discipline wo mo na wo ma nkwada ne kwan na ne wo mo sua no omo ankasa mfa ngu paper no so na yenhwe se de omo so wo ma ho den hweye no ebekọ akosie ne yesre nyame ene se obeboa won na obema won no retentive memory obi wo ho ade no obesua pa so ye de paper ne pen ne ma no ana ne nyina ayira nyame ma won mo enka kai de wo mo sua no na wontumi ntro ne hie ye bompa ya ata wachi na wotwepe de ata afiada na wo mo atenete ibia be ye fine nyame eka wo
right abusafo anope yemfa de obonkrata no kakra yensa aka no emamo yeba na yatoaso afri. The Daily Graphic this morning says Finance Minister files tax return to boost compliance drive. Public office holders must account to the public. The big story says government targets fair pay. Independent Emoluments Commission to remove Article 71 distortions, President tells workers. This was at the May Day. Daily Graphic and Opeyefia.
Yeah, the Daily Graphic, first, na koye ni mampeni John Dramani Mahama mfoni ene daheyi. Nanu fiada ne ye May Day afo fida de ma Ghana adwumayefo wiase adwumayefo nyina ja Ghana nso di ne die. Edwa kakra won mo boy ye na mampeni John Dramani Mahama nya kwan ene labor unions no ekasa ye. Ene o se ade ba ko ye aban ni so ade hunu ene se enka obenya na aban adwumayefo nyina won makatua nhyehyɛ egina brane. Ni nyina ekoso pepe ya obia enwinwi ewo mu na won mo de nsusuye bi eba ya wo pese wo paw Independent Emolument Commission na se won mo etimi ebie sa atenaye no ana wo de commission ne ba na won mo ebe tena akonwa so se won mo ye adwuma wo behwe se sa Article 71 holders niema binom ya won mo nya akatua ho nwanam ene eniema empanimfo SSP won mo so ade ni nyina akwakoye ohaw ne anwinwi dia ma adwumayefo bi no ombehwe ne oye ho adwuma ohaw ne sinto bia ye wo sa Article 71 holders won mo sikasem ne ade mu no won mo behwe na wasiesie ama yie ato yie se de be ye adwumayefo akatua hyehyɛ bekɔ pepepe na obi anso ani age ne ho ntima mpani John Dramani Mahama se won mo gusu a eye sa enhyehyɛ no se won mo de ebeye adwuma enu achi obo amane se woni a wode tumi ahya wonsa ewo aban enwuma ene aban emu no esese won mutimi bu nkunta ede ekire timamufo public no ema wo hu ne aircraft se nipa no de adwuma ahya wonsa wo ye adwuma no adru ba bi asese wo ba abontene na ba kire de ode hye mensai maye meso mufiri ha maye adru ha aha na mede mo aircraft na ama eniema mu ada ho fine fairness ne transparency na etimi ada ne ho adi na Daily Graphic sign ekire se Finance Minister Dr. Kasela to forcing abomodia kopie Ghana Revenue Authority eno akofile tax returns kama yesi de odi akire osua de odi kan nante enti minister kra etua tax ya how much more wo akire eno nti wo kora na bedi akire eka ne ho ya wono ene giare mpanimfo ato kese ayesa adwuma no kama na ayenhweso edi ama enyumako ahodoɔ saa nso na abamu apamfo nyina ye sese won mu tua won moto no won so atua ne kama na Ghana timi anya sika abofoto edi aboa ne mpuntu anopa Daily Graphic amane ya bodi apani.
The Ghanaian Times this morning says averting power crisis, government eyes 1,200 megawatts gas-fired plant. The other story, BEC kicks off nationwide today. We will turn stability into job prosperity. And Asante Hene Annes Angela list, the Ghanaian Times.
The Ghanaian Times, the Wokrata Anamania, what they eba no pay no one penny John Dramani Mahama Mfoni esign edaha. And our day air to just said ye beye na enyamon kania ho how ya Ghana enemu no one mo ebetimi aso no anasa wabre na sekura ntino. Aban edinani ebu se one mo ebetumi enya 1,200 megawatts gas plant. Ya one more ede ebeboa na fei wade adada ojaframa emu na ECGO Greco Nedco obia etimi enya enyinamo ahodin ni bi na wacheche ede ama Ghana fo nti mampani esesa ni so ade hunu ewo ho ya wo muguso eye adwuma sa won mo betimi adru hu. Afei Ghanaian Times essay empanimfo bi ebo amane se oh my Ghana sikasem etumi ejina brane na say inflation aba from any ade no one more ebehwe se obedan no ede aye enwuma kire se oman no esikasem atimi agina yie dia na se wotimi eye entotoye na fei enwuma ba oman nom na obia so enya bi eye ho amane eda Ghanaian Times the Wokrata no emu ena enne yemenkuma empema hensia ya won mo ekwa kohyia na wa free won mo ensosha etwato ase wo mfrase sukumu basic education certificate examination no Ghanaian Times aboho amane en wose otumfo abo maami bia wode Angela list abaso na wahye no animunyam Ghanaian Times.
The Daily Guide this morning says otumfo Anes Angela list, as you mentioned, first 110 kg diamond mine gold sold to Gold Board. Buffer stock trial. Court strikes out AG's 2 witness statement. Ayeka. Bank of Ghana loses 44 billion cedis, not 15.6 billion. That's from the minority. And the big story says CRI blows alarm. Child sex abuse cases surge in Accra. That's a worrying one. The Daily Guide.
Abusia Daily Guide, the Wokrata no so enam ene anope wadi Daybreak appear. Our penny kwanchire for that Child Rights International ano aba. Nano one mo ebu enkunta efa enkwada wo ye won ma yakayaka de na empanimfo etata won mo tintim fa won mo bra enye nkwada ne pe. Na ho nkunta wode ba ye no ye kase mu kra ye bobo mo amania sa child defilement akosoro papa. Ewo enkramantem ho nipa dɔɔso nti empanimfo eye niema ensem fata de tia enkwada ru kasam ya wodi etia enkwada na Child Rights International ne Daybreak apia eba abonten ya won mo bekasa tia yese empanimfo ehye emra soronko anase empo se court soronko bi a obebie de ama enkwada ya etesa yenti asam no eyire awofo no so na won mo de kwa na wadi na basahre so wase sanse court asem nie no to da twentwe ne nase enti obatan wono kra kakra wonya free na dwadie mu na no ana omo de to aduane die enti asem no yetu hye ne omo twe ne sre ne abasa ebasa obatan no nko wo case pa nipa no waye ne ba ya kayaka de esesenka wonya justice atentene ne nenso ni sika nso ti wokwa no asan akopima papa lawyer me ana me ba ya asem no mo de mu me nyai kan eba ne saa da bia na mema eye niema ensem fatatia mofra eno nti Child Rights International panimfo so wo hia special court e de ama saa uru kasema mema eye de tia nkwada no ne ba ne saa wo makoho ntentem na wadi asem no enti ho amane na no pe Daily Guide e de aba na no amane nso baaye se diamond mine no ebra engineers and planners for ekosha asese won motuf magudi and de kan kra 110 kg gold won maton e de ama Gold Board atna ye no enti eye Ghana haya domestication e na ye Angela Lester wotumfo abona baso ahye na munyam honsem e da ha e na minority for say Bank of Ghana adwuma boye any gold wa na wototo no ene ehun kontabuo nyina ekapa ya womasoa ede agu ho no nye kaketwa na ahyase no na wo pese wo ka say 15.6 billion Ghana cedis minority force wo boa sika no ebrosa 44 billion Ghana cedis enye 15.6 bia said na Bank of Ghana for e kanonom afei wo se buffer stock ensem ya ewo court no Attorney General na dance for mienu ya wode wo mo koye ensem a wo kan ye no court abo egu Daily Guide.
Anope yegusu aye no edi nkomo Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics Millennium Construction said meko mienu na da ne da wo boayen ema ye de wo nkrata nkomo no ebro afia anope nkomo a ye wo so se ohwe Daily Guide ensem na o kan ye no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama town hall meetings ahoro a ekoso no na odi nkomo no ababa bi a onya akwanya ko bisa anasem na o ka se enei se akwanya ba se nkrofo nkopa adwuma ya na emema no enya ho kwan tem chain emma na emma no how a won say eba say won mpo esese ye ma won adwuma won a ebeboa won ne adwuma no ama won no ya na obisa ne ma firi won chen a sa ne ma no se won de ma na ate won sunsun so won de ma na ma omunya ma ase de won hu ni biu nti se mampani behwe na waboa ama akwanya no ba mmema no nkodi kan na mma no nso benya won chefa na no na mampani se asem a waka no ya asem a eha adwen na ono ano ohwese sa asem no afi yebetimi de kwadu abo mmema se eba se adwuma abeda ho na mma ya pa adwuma waka se womra no ne won meda ansa no de adwuma no ama won nti anopai eye nkomo a ye di ne den so pa e be komra hye bedwam na ye di nkomo no ne ye ne ma dodo no a wo wa ha de wo be boa yen na ye di nkomo no ye bisa no pe se sansem no ya ade a esi na ha ma pa na mampani kan se de ye ma nya a criminal offense na okoba bi kopa adwuma na be ma na kan so opeso no dance mampani se na de yenyen hihyeya ebeboa minim se
foul to beje golf nya no no mo friend sa
a champion bre no na okay
foul to beje golf edio am I bro CEOs enemwa mo bi enwuma ni nyina twa kosi se ye na enwuma ne dɔɔso se aban enwuma ya aban bia enkanya ne se ayi wonma omo ankasa bi omo private businesses sebe omo edi sansam fon no se gi se wode abayiwa no ti kwa fom ansa no oma na adwuma yi na wankasa wo ye sa wie na ade kye na ma abayiwa ye adwuma na aba na ohwe nanimu a how would you feel wankasa na wo ye ani na wo da adwuma na no wagu hu animu ase atra abayiwa no Bema na say normal
Kofi say no.
Me ya na normal say.
Kofi na say no.
Normal when we do go over.
It is.
It na mema na mo ro mo ho a. Ya say sheda nya de hu bia ma mo ro.
Afia Jan ho na union fast force no mre.
And we feel shape.
Anope me no wa na etna ha na yedi san komodo. Abuchafo ebra so say de agudie mu nsem ebra. Na if you ada na niema na esi ye no abuno aba na yaka ho asem ye dan ho aba sisi a Daybreak jumadi or feature television so ye aba sisi a
This is sports.
Right, indeed we are here. And I tell you when Abu is here, sports is here. Feature sports, this is sports. Abu, Marche.
You're over.
Hunamu to say.
Yami don't be able now, sir.
You want to make a be here. Na, if you are done on board, no, you're a boy. If you saying.
You please fault.
What's your say?
You please fault. But you're out back by.
And they say, I'm crown crack about
yeah. But then you know, teamwork in a man course, because ultimate football, if you pull Is a team now, more bonny a solid team. And what I'm wearing, top scorer no
ɛyɛ ɔsɛ no mentiase
free
ɛyɛ ɔsɛ ɔwinning ana ɔwinning
ɔwinning the main can is ɔwinning onya 3 goals and on the winning there no na yɛ de bɛ but they play fourth
nyɛ bad mehwɛ nneɛma na akɔyɛ yɛ no dia fourth nyɛ bad
ɔba me kɔyɛ nneɛma bɛyi
na track suit yɛ de bɔbɔ
over na say players we hwɛ ɔmo over de bi ba sɛ ɔmo de bɔ ɔmo yɛ training ɔmo de bɔ
yi kyerɛ
who team de bɔ
o de bɔbɔ
man show so bi de bi bɔ yɛ de bɔ bebree who team de bɔ
Madrid player bɛ na yɛ ɔtaa hyɛ track suit de bɔbɔ
offering the training grounds
but team de bɔ
sɛ kan bɔ sɛ de yɛ kɔ yɛ training
official competition ya so me allow them team de
so is it that na shorts I de bɔ no yɛ de ne nso nti na ɔhyɛ
no na me feliz me nkosi ya because me injuries baby e wo me yi ne ho enwa nti na no call that
na is it prawo ho na wo be high
over mama me ha mo say Maestro baby a on na squad mo ball me out of position you want me center back
na se coach e de no call no onim
no onim na djuma say edu baby a o check hwe say bi a match ya ye kɔ no ye de wage na ebeboa ye de wage na na ye so sade a animu ofo no do so de ame membo sa aposo ezo abi nas ena Maestro just the ball first game we yan ho mu bi ene ne arewo se na
omiense nyina ma hu
na bi bi oba ayi assistant coach re se team manager o say ayi opri ya wo mu bi ya ball first match la ya hu Maestro ne nas bi
nti upra na ba first match na second
na first match na me 5 ba second match ne na makwasi ti me ball second match ne me mantiman to aso bi
nti ubo 2 matches
2 matches
ene o ya de
about 2 matches about 2 matches
we chain yo ogina on jen on na Maestro no e dey na man ni G sports on cha na ewu mu na
over the
no Maestro there from titi you know you to sports
na ni G cha
and I say your first game your ball no as na me ni coach edi ono de ni coaching job na one so
na ni G ball ho ba de otimi ye ne so o direct nkofo no amu
I say no ye part of ayo obiara le beti yabo ayo obiara le beti yabo
am the bet na ewu mu na man na ni G ho na nye
ayo fa we de hwi ni mo ana ko biara we zu tisi eche
oh say skada so nko ade
anyway but I'm sure that we did proud of ourselves and we say fear embo obia ba so mo bo mo modem mo ya there fourth day the mbeya na mo ye already there was no preparation and all but go king there ohia bado so body and already
we say man 1,000 Ghana
ejade eyo
we dey so na dey
eyo se mo pirana
Hey, Srasa Messi no obo how many minutes ah?
Oh, about home the 2 matches there. So match be 10 minutes.
Yeah,
15 and I.
Yeah, 15 minutes. E go okre kobo. Kechi. Okay, Mateo, Sremesa.
Hey!
Odi brava baby gira baby o.
Obobo.
Now you to be fancy.
No, to play 2 matches.
It wasn't easy.
Why are
ya pejano.
Edimpa.
Aropa fire quiet na yenhwe say Kaakyire niema no awaye no so far enough to win him a permanent position. Na woman every no competition means anope wo ho nkomoman West Ham na Tottenham na ni nuan mo kekan ha ho no ne ekoso. Ma hu say Portugal Porto for no afade no wo. Na Italy nso Inter Milan for no nso age. Na Bayern nso afa wo Germany. Mboa.
Yeah.
Until photo finish never bow premiership.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, young quay.
All right, my quab by the Bafachi TV, Mreno na so see a transit. A pomodi timere agree monse Babe Rami Timi Ede my live on Fachi TV Daybreak. Na ya monitor na yako yenim kama pa. Etimi Ede amount dia weekendi Orwani Chemo Gabroni. That will Botswana Hona Ghana. Ene yako akakura ma yerese bibia edida dia the war alert really no niama bedida ye pa etimiera ma o my Ghana na tutu no akoye pera ma na mun komo no ene huze weekendi abrante na efene Abdul Saminu abomodin akodi nkomo bia ano edempa na be na asiri to so ma na okinkan mu asamino ne nkomo no was it the sports the Ministry of Sport in Ghana needs to do better. Don't set us for failure. If it was the Black Stars, flight ticket will be ready months prior to their game. 14-hour flight, 16 hours layover is not acceptable for a professional athlete. We're running with jet lag, not proper recovery. The no yen koma eko ekukuru no edi papa. Ni na zo mu diri ze ne ba me Ghana Black Stars na ya na omo nkomo ne yeshunko. Omo de create me twa omo teze World Cup yi. Omo mbekọ no ze yinim the final list omo ayo omo tutu ewe but omo a omo ba be jama communicate miara ma oman no na akọ ebiye ho a na chesa no edi papa ni na mo no amwa man tutu ye no anko ya mfa mo na so no omo ama na so wa na emrante no etimi abo adwuma akonkode edi akọ omanima orwani HM 4x100 na eri omo abo modern akonkode akọ omanima omo ero the grand finale Ghana ye pre-see second or minute yedi area no 38.09 seconds ni na mo no eboa mane makoye pa etimi ere mo man Ghana yezi we na boa ama na yinya qualification the World Athletic Championship 2027 ebewura mo Beijing no ye mrante rebeko akwa jamu aboa ama na makoye kama pa so no etimi ediamenti esa prepe ena mu nkomo no esi etie na credit premier ye mrante ne konkodi akọ manima ne omenya qualification ewura mo the final no say no mo bo den edi omo nkomo no ediche.
As a defending champion, we are ready to defend our title again.
And then individually, what are your targets for this year? Each of you individually.
Me, I'm preferring to say anything. But right now, I'm not ready to move forward.
I mean, it feels great. We know how to do it now. I mean, if we have been able to do it for a consecutive time.
Dia lawyer command JP me rameboa ma ne makoye pere amount your video no to so na hwe a yemrante nan a ejo mona so ebo adwuma boa ma ne makoye timera mo man Ghana ne Edwin Gadeye ene o Benjamin Azama ti Joseph Polamo ena Abdul Rashid Saminu ono na abeke a mebo modern edi na honkoma ni na mo no eboa na ne madeda ye pre timera mo ya unze ne orwani chemo the Ghana Athletic Association o ma show mo the krataba omo airborne ranten abaso sampa omo akonkodin aboa etimi amane ma deda ye pa eri amo man Ghana unsusu aso no omo girize yenkomo pa eboa na hihye no akoye etimi era amo man Ghana ntia sa prepe eri sietia yere honsem no eram etimi edi ama yefio na yenkonkodin komo dia weekend ye under 20 mano nanso kokogina akono a na the World Cup qualifier for Uganda edi ebo eni eba na wie no na yejen na so abo Uganda for man no eka mienu amomo atimu baako a ni nyina mo no the Black Princess sehwe se ne ma be de yie so edi amomo no mo so no ejuon mo na so aman hyehyɛ no akoyie kama pa etimi edi amomo a honsem no yedi ewramu so no etimi edi amana na no ye confirm de ma say orwani chemo Vancouver Hona ni yeje penema the FIFA Congress no etimi ekọ na the Ghana Football Association President Kaakyire 6Am ekokura modwumadi na se after no odi nkoma ahodo na na okasa edify Black Stars no players pra edi omunya anga World Cup no muntime mama me jamu bojuma emfa ma say na pimpa ni di nkomo ediche
Key players. When I look at the list, but I derive my positivity from the fact that there is something in the Ghanaian, the indomitable spirit of the Ghanaian would always come up when the chips are so low. And I want to believe that with the unity of purpose that has been demonstrated by the entire nation as a result of the arrival of Coach Carlos will arouse the extra energy.
Dia lawyer command prepare for Kaakyire 6Am epo modern edi tujani na bo amane makoye perema the Ghana Premier League ye ramuna ye nu komo Friday and after said the BCC ya ekofara osemba eji awome kakra no e sign back na result ye recording Friday 11 on the shebako ema bichi United eko Kokobo Mumiensa. Saturday Vision FC Shebako, Emma Sudo Blacks, Kokobo Mumienura, matches Rono, Idiana Football Club and Shebi, Pound Out of France and Shebi, Dreams FC, Ebomienuma Krobia Kumasia Santi Kotoko, and Shebi na Karela United Shebiano, Emma Young Apostle Setimubako Midiema, Ebomieno, Emma Bibiani Go Stars and Sono, Entimi and Shebi no Echino, Tima Yefrom Nations FC Trafie, one Shebi Emma to Fokeko, Ekobone Bako, FC Sama Tesebomiensa, Emma Baseke Holy Stars and Sono, Etimi Etimu Bakwa, na ano Edie Papa Dinoba, Eba table na Mediama Edi Kain after 30 matches no Ekra 56 points Bibiani Go Stars etos mi no mo Ekra 51 point Tata Foka etos mi ensa Omukra 49 and 9 no Sama Tesomo so no Ekra 47 num Diana Football Club Omu Ekra 46 Insia Karela United ewo 45 na so no Dreams FC omo so no ewo 43 Mwotwe Akrobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko 43 na nkono Bechem United omo so no Ekra 40 point Basic Holy Stars Ewo 10th position Omukra 40 point Enafi Dubako Pound Out of France Omukra 39 Edumienu All Blacks Omonsono Ekra 38 Edumiensa Nations FC Omon Ekra 38 Eduna Vision FC Omonsukra 38 point Young Apostles Etosu Dunumkra 36 Brikum Chelsea Etosu Dunsia Omon Ekra 35 Enafi Asiono Ho United Omejabo Ekra 30 point Ena Dunwoche 11 Wonders Omonsono already omanya ko relegation omo ekra 10 points enti eza prepe na Ghana yen league no nkomo no esi eti na big game eje pene call so ewo Accra Mpatam Mbra Dreams FC Chikrobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko abo me come you know mentimi after the game no Warfred Dormon coach Jamo Edema Dreams FC say eno din komo edicha after win and Sakai no
I think in many parts we were the best team, so the scoreline is a true reflection. I think we started this game on the front foot. We make sure that we put a lot of pressure on them. We open them up. And I was also surprised that as early as the 14-15 minutes inside the first half, we've taken the lead. And then we managed the movement very well to close the first half. Now for the break, we did some 1 or 2 tactical adjustments. We decided to
LDL no ye commodity to that as a pressure on Modisi Kotoko Soneboa, a momonya, Eligwe, Boamanema Koye Peri Amomo, Hamza Bin Jameda Macrobia Kumasi Asante Kroko as interim coach, and also after introducing say, Enodin and Common, Ediche.
Control, you say we consider that we're able to control the game in some parts, and when they also get the ball, they're able to take their chances. That is how we have to say. But we created a how we play today, but we're not able to put the ball back on.
LTL no ye commodity to yachas or her game na no mo ba na ya nesa Dreams FC take your chances na dey help no and so mono entimi and take your chances no en commodity to ja big game na first and second e course your takwa TNA Sports Stadium after the match no koma odo na course so coach Ibrahim Tanko Anyas ejamede ma mediema on the win on munye no see Enodin and common che
behind you definitely is a relief. And we are now 5 points ahead and 4 games remaining. We are looking forward.
Now the second half was a different story. I mean, you couldn't add more goals to it. It was that.
LDL no ye command a pin pound ya to ya cheza ka 4 matches na yewie. Omo ehwe ni mu so bebo modena. That point na akano. Omakeka ne ma bom no magena aboa amane ma koyie pa etimi area momo Kojo ne soche ejam we de ma Bibiani Go Stars after munchodie no say no so edi ne nkomo no
they are 5 points away from us and the 4 matches is 12 points. It means it's not over until it's over. I said the league we are playing match upon match and this is another match which has bypassed, so we need to go back and Wednesday we need to make amends.
LDL no ye koma coach and sochi dia to ya cheze also moko ekokyo muntutu ye e ma na wi ya na so mo so no njai se nei no omo ebo modin abo media matuja na ne ma de de ama Aduana Football Club once again as Android e wodoma incro na after the game Choba Aristeka say no so di nkomo no ediche
after the game from the group and the lose semi-final from the nation. The morale is go down, the confidence is go down from any people. But
the no commodity to judges after nations game no as a place na ho den no ne ma ho keka no aba form na so ni na mo no ojiri so mehwe na omo aboa manema koye pere ama nations fans no ne cool steering from Poma so Mayanga MZNRA na omonzo omuku kwa paye pa ne yenko ne yenko kutie kakra Dear lawyer, no, near my team, call so a binono, Nanswa, a Bumukushia is Anna, Dr. Kwamichi, and almost a papa, yes, ro, good from Pomans or Panomai way. Now, MZNRA, come and also call some say, and is yet here.
Papa, when any man, what's in there, Papa, pretty I'm not you know, you have got to know, you had a papa, yes, you have that. If I'm not none of us, I come. Let none of us, you claim,
Dear lawyer, near my 18-year course weekend, the Atmozampa, na ano Eddie Papa, Yanko Division 1, na Yambo Boboswa, near her result. Ya bomo di etime record ya zone 1A ni 1B akọ etime rapem we zone e video na kroko fan ba ko ne Hamzata na obisa ze dempa ore nas maminti kakra Dear lawyer Krobia Kumasi Asante Kroko supporters na omontene ma biase omudirize said the name is Kona Rehopa and one man to Tiano and Koyen Farmer Club is answer Kotokodi Oba a win. Your court here Access Bank Division 1 League. Zone 1 and Zone 1 be a call 18 pem result. Your record is Zone 1A. Northern City, Eshimianuma Tamale City, Etimobako Sankara National. Bomiano TF Exponential and she be PFC Bomiano Boga Stars and she be na wa power a share back Real Tamale United so Intimiante Zone 1B result your record Tichima Liberty Youth were coming Legon City and she be Victory Club Warriors any Brikumas na game no VC Warrior for report here Arsenal for no anko wamana fuma interior ashemi ema KC Soccer Academy etimobako and a D-Baby United so no etranfi wan shebi ema Doma Unity ekokobon bako oro ani chiemu zone 2 result here record Rose Park eshemi ema Sky FC etimobako no we biase share bako ma Serial Stars and shebi Park Academy boy kamai ema UCC Youngsters etimumi Kim Faiza and shebi Amina Sharks ebe show mobako secondi 11 wise oman shebi Police National and shebi na Nsupon Fidelity and so about my Shemi and Sama FC Ashanti Guru 4 and she be na Mysterious Ebusuadras or one she be Ebony FC and she be Soccer Intellectuals Ebomino and my Future Stars and so on and me and she be zone 3 matches a record Nagoro FC share bakuma True Democracy and she be na Tram Divisa and so and she be for you Simplify Eko Show Mobako Great Ambition Eshe bakuma Golden Cakes Eko Bomu Miensa Intala Shebako FC Nani Abomumienu Okwa United Shemino Emma Great Olympics Etimobako Home Stars Shebako Ma Golden Warriors Nsono Shebako na Port City Ebo Miensa Emma Wafa SC Etimumienu na Hakla FC Shemino Ma Lions Boboko no enso bi asaka no omo Etimobako Division 1 no ye baba be ramu area ebehwe na ya bomode na ye din komaudo na aboana tutu no akoyi kama pa so no etimi edi amana yenko enkoko ramu ewa amanone na yeni nkomo kakra emfa emfi hodia na jezoro wari chemo Portugal FC Porto anyayo official so mo abomode agide Portuguese league na we can 31 times ebo manema de ye pa etimiere club no na nei aniji semi wumne say 41-year-old center back former player de ma Bobokwai from PSG obuejume de ma AC Milan esamba be yejuma etimiere ma Chelsea Boboko no Thiago Silva abomodi ane career no we nya ne 33rd major trophy ejeza mpa ejuma waba ababe in association football no eboa manema koyie pa etimiere ma ne kama pe no ene da so antoto no ekoyie etimiere ma tiego so bara porto nra after so omobo mode ewene trophy no ora aniji ana ewramu ene sere niema na esi etia na ano edempa say no mo players no ebo mode adwomani.
I have no words for this. Amazing.
Etia no ye the Ramo Portugal FC Porto Abomode that did the Portuguese League in season 2025-2026 anima ekoye petimi eremomana mami yo say Mourinho ne record no yezo Ramo e wo the top major league cinema ono na ne Benfica no na baba be the only team omo endincho and do a record na da so na otumuza mpa ano edi ye papa aka matches no mienu na akwa etimi ya penti ne obomode na matches no mienu no wani ntwa na cheso no abomode aya abakwasem kese a ne nyina mo na ebo mane makoyie pa etimi ya ma yosia yede hon common eramu so no etimi area ma weekend English Premier League no matches awro na etimi ya koso na game no eba ababe shase no ene mu common yunze Usain Bolt eba ababeramu Old Trafford Obana wababe support club ye from Manchester United na game ne babe shase no ena ne ye twebe no ni bizaze Bruno Fernandes or ye Jumerman club we from Manchester United no say no see you guy no say na Usain Bolt epomode can for Bruno.
Carried the team for years. I think he's just outstanding and a wonderful player. I'm just happy to see what he's been doing and what he continues doing for the club, and I know he's going to do great. I think
now the lawyer command Usain Bolt abomode timera tuja ano edi papa nra Old Trafford you say Alexander Chema Ferguson eba baberamu onyana rival no etimi edema baberamu na nchesima ana omo confirm yes a pin pana pum de no ewie pay to rest the nema esie kona jese no no near the neko Kukuram hospital report no HSA ya nisa yerese Ferguson ebe recover na wasia bana wababi jama boama nema koyie pa era Manchester United is as oye legend any club na bakwase mu no omunya manager bia oye top to say Alexander Chama Ferguson berenra obewura mu na chi ne babe confirm say ina pumde ni wie pe nra omo former player friend Diego Forlan ononzo babewura mu time oba ababedu Old Trafford no na osign autograph erema supporters na ejeza mpa tutuye no ededa yie pa etimi erema no so a yere won sem no rametimi erama result a recording over the weekend ewo EPL no say ni see e Brentford ebo mensama West Ham United entimi ante Newcastle United share mensa ema Brighton etimu ba ko Wolverhampton Wanderers share ba ko ema Sunderland so no etimi share ba ko na Arsenal ejoma na so bo mensa ema Fulham bobuko no entimi ante Victor Gyökeres enya 2 goals na Bukayo Saka eribi etimi AP so enra Manchester Rom no Bournemouth bomiensa Crystal Palace and Shibi Man United ejoma na so bomiensa ema Liverpool so no etimu mienu Dominic Szoboszlai and Afiko di Gakpo omoni nya goals na dem Liverpool United goals no Matthias Cunha na Benjamin Sesko na Afiko bi Maino omoni nya goals no ede emomo Aston Villa transfer shebako ema Tottenham Hotspur ekokobom eka mienu series yetie Conor Gallagher enya go ni bi ema Tottenham Hotspur na Richarlison eribi etimi eka na 90+6 no Buendia ya pomode enya consolation no etimi ema boboko for Aston Villa ne matches around 2 p.m. no Chelsea ebabo no Nottingham Forest and Afi Everton so no ebe John na so no mo and Manchester City dia boenia 7 p.m. na that game no Eromo Neure Susupona say na table na ababe Arsenal dikan about 35 matches 76 points Man City toss me no about 33 matches 70 points Man United toss me ensa or more about 35 matches 64 points is it anya official say United secure qualification next season no UEFA Champions League no ombeba ba bobi na boa na niama koye pera momo 9 no Liverpool 35 matches 58 points Aston Villa etosunum 35 matches almost 58 points Tasiono and I had in 17th position no Tottenham Hotspur omukra 37 points na West Ham United or 18th position omukra 36 Burnley wɔ 19th position ɔmo nso no ekura 20 points ɛna Wolverhampton Wanderers so no ɛwɔ 20th position ɔmo ekura 18 points na Michael Carrick ɛna yɛzi na ɔbaayɛ no top 6 teams no ɛwɔ England no ɔde obiara to ne proper position na ne record na no ɛde Chelsea gye ɔmo deɛ Liam Rosinio Arsenal gye ɔmo deɛ Mikel Arteta ɛna ahwehwɛ ma ɛtoatoatoatoato za Pep Guardiola mo ana slot mo ɛna afɔ mo kaika no ɔde ɔmo nyinaa to ɔmo proper position a ɛboa manema ɛkɔ yie kama pan so no ɛtimi ɛrema na ho sɛsɛm no yɛde ewura metimi ɛrama Roberto Di Zerbi ɛzo gyiri sɛ we na ɔkɔkɔ fa no Villa Park no ɛyɛ important when ɛbɛboa ama club reform Tramos relegation no ɔmo escape say ɛna odi ne nkɔmɔ no kyɛ
people and you can see the improvement, you can see they start to believe in themselves more and more. You are happy, no? If you are not old, but older than my players, because my work is like this. Yes, we can improve in the style of play, with the ball.
Adi lawyer command Roberto Di Zerbi area 2 judges on betimi improve you this relegation no enya de se Tramos pe ebetimi akọ iteransi Inter abomodin age omo league no na asma metama ha kancha no go abomodin a Michael Jackson nyom no Billy James no na odidi asa artist omo game no kwere pin say na na isiete Adi amo ye ha kancha no gu na uzampa no edi ye papa after no omo modi era me o Milan na yeze center one ni omo supporters no so no na no edi mpa Adi amo ye intamla na omo modi itensi Omo enya 21 ni nyina mo no yehwe ze niama be koyere amoma wie ba mo na ebe rametimi e di amanra Madrid Espanyol ye unzansi flake ekokura mo na nka omo hwe ze nka Madrid arwene a nka Barcelona for age La Liga na bare yetu asheda ye reze El Clasico no Barca hia draw na oma bomode akremu La Liga title no na niama koye pe timi da mo nkomo no ye ze wura mo Madrid a niama nhyera ndida di mpin vozo mo nye happy with Kylian Mbappe of late ni suban no danedi no yes a club no wa hihia mo wenya of the ananuality ili ejinini nakra eno baba bewura mu e Spain patama san komo no bobere ba ano edin papa Rafinha nso no metetete se El Clasico no ahwe obe start from bench eno ye dia baba betudwa ano edin papa edi romere ama eze Madrid for the simple se Barcelona ebo modern na La Liga no omogini weekend ya omo nye God of Honor emfa emomo eno ye nkoma aba betodwa no edimpa na Barca wa bi no yenyarenti ye the World Cup no the Spanish national team no Rodri and Africa goalkeeper friend Unai Simon omuniwa Barca striker ye friend Ferran Torres ono na eba be third in command na ezo no na ebe captain otosumi ensa oberhe na walidi bobuko na boa amane amadeda yi kama panso etimi ede amon asa nkomo no so no ababa be rama munsem no yeri etudwa kama panso etimi ede amount ya mraniti no yerene emfam pemewia exactly 3 pm ebe transe na asante wodom na game a ekọ no omonpemfo ni be rama na ya bomodi ababa maboa maniama koyedi amamidino abudi abibe na executive producer Habib Mohamed Luta Kena for Ricardo Varasomo eta ichi yeko na Daybreak the voice of the voiceless offer ababe transena kichi ni maestro akano na diaka eromede amanti exactly 3 pm be shia na diaka bia yede ato aso de amam
Daybreak
do every day of our life, of voice note, your text messages, and your WhatsApp messages on 020-754-3637. We are also active on your social media platforms, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, Fache Television. Anope enkomono mienu. But dodo no a mpanimfo dodo no a ye no di nkomo ne yenuamma no a wo kira adwen, and it has to do with criminalizing sex for jobs. So let's go watch President Mahama as he responds to the concern of that young lady.
Daughter from one of the schools asked about gender discrimination when they finish school and they are looking for jobs. It looks like the males have more advantage than the females. It is part of what we are fighting, that a female with the same qualifications is just as capable as a male with the same qualifications. And I know that up to now, a lot of our girls face a lot of discrimination when they are looking for jobs. And one of the worst things, and I think that we should pass a bill to make it very punishable, is that sometimes if the employer or the person responsible for employing is a male, they demand some romantic relationship before they give them jobs. It's unacceptable, it must stop. It's unacceptable, it must stop. And I think that we must take a firm line on that thing. I mean, if anybody does that, there should be a law that deals with them very strongly. But like I said, we must open up the space to our daughters. The girls are our daughters, the boys are our sons. And they are all entitled to the inheritance of our country. They are all citizens. So they must all have equal opportunity. I must say that with time, things seem to be changing, because I've gone to the workplaces. I was talking of these young girls in Gridco and other places. When I go on inspection on the big push roads with the Honorable Minister of Roads and Highways, some of the young civil engineers who are the engineers on site are girls, are women. And I find it very admirable when I see the girls doing those kinds of jobs. So several times I call them and I take a memorable picture with them, so that they'll keep it as a memory of encouragement to their daughters too. And so we'll continue to do everything possible to make sure that we create equal opportunity for girls. We already have the affirmative action law, which we're enjoined to apply. And so we're going to work to make sure that we are able to achieve the targets. It says that in public appointments by end of 2028, we should be able to achieve a 50-50 parity of men and women in public appointments. It's a tough call, but we will work at it. I think the qualified women are there, and so we should just take away our mental block and see them as equal partners in terms of moving this country forward. The other question.
All right. The anopai ti said ye atomo anim no nkomo a ye gibre na ye di. You say efi time mampani kan ho asem bisi anopai ensem bibre na aba ye komra hye bedwam na ye ne the Honorable Comfort Doyo Kojo, Member of Parliament for the Adan constituency, a committee member on gender, children and social welfare, and also a member on ethics and standards committee. Honorable Yamuachi anopai. Hello. Yeah, that's it, sir. Right. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Edin come over the weekend. Ebra wonya akwanya one Ghana fo a won to abama no na wopesu tie 17 no. Enkomo ni mu no na rababa akubisa ye se kwan a ema ebre se akwanya ba no mo pa adwuma eyo haw ma wo mo mampani akire mu se eye bibia wate a eha adwen na opese ye criminalize that part of situation. Mampanin komo no di ye no woyem rahye bedwani wote ye no sen no wafa no na eye nkomo a ebeboa na
nkomo ebeboa pa tirete o hweme ma emma framu eto bi da emma ni o ma no kasa se o se o kakra na ebe hu ni sai na society be ni sai untinya ma ti sen mama enso emma ni kasa inti o ma se ni abaten se wakadu bona asel ama owo ena eye de pa se emba eyi etimi ase yo ni ama abatutu kwan ama emba so ato
se ohwe niema we no already no sexual abuse to a point nti eden na ye twen ansa na mampani die no abam ana emanya kukuduro so ombe report enu nti na esese ye criminalize no
emanya kukuduro na debi ameka kire ma se eya omunya kukuduro bibi kona enye koyia na kukuduro le kan wasem edoro bia oya attempt ni pe na nkrofobia sre na we say ndi jai asem we see the way APC we ndi traso but ema ko mi amemupa ema sanu amemupa yema ema famulu so mo kan anka yellow we nke yellow bi da ato sini ebeya ema ebenya ahotoni asundwe
ekwan ben na mo wo mrahye bedwam mo betimi aboa mama ne mampani ekaye no ebeye adwuma na aye ntam
o se ye wo research intino ye beye follow up already ye wo e ma ye kan ebe kwen be faso a ye benya e ma dodo e wo ma hye bedwam eni e kwen be faso a ye be bo e ma no ban enti ye di ni nyina ba kikan bi na ye resume ya shebe ye family ye manu a ye wo ma shebe ye wo interest 100% interest wo it is a man on the quiet a man family memu on the kan ye ma wonka intino ye be so trick ye mampanya kan me kwanya
na ye mo ye ho adwuman ugidi se enkoba te se fa evidence bra ana se oba ni nya ba bonten be kan mu begina so aye nhwehwemu na ne esese ye twena so no mo atwena so
oba nya kukuduro no be kan mra wo hodeda tree ebetimi ache be ma aso ana obi a o de bi fa biome bia ensegunu mra wo lemu makukuduro no na kukuduro na oba ne benya o de kwa kokan ebe ye issue nti ye train na omunya kukuduro no mra out ye beta wochi na ye wosi ye ko ni ye na wo
anope ye bedase se onso ugina ma na mu ene wo constituency na moboa ema o my Ghana ekonanim ebre asem ye besane wo adi nkomo ye dase anope The Honorable Comfort Joyo Kojo, Member of Parliament for the Adan constituency, is part of the majority leadership. Anope yaneno edi nkomo. It's part of the conversation this morning whilst we also engage you because at the May-Day discussion, cross-act for say gains, economic gains, say a man for juma asunim faso bia ebeba na ya be fan komo no everywhere. So honorable member say monkasa dede na mo ye ne ma abonten ana mo boapa mo anya adwuma na mo ayese me koye na se de papa na ye no nti amaye bre
enye sao enye ema no na ni akokodura o mo de be kasa make us say nipa no wa university emfie bebre watena fie ache na opani bi se ene ma memfa wachi nka fom na memma wadwuma owe options no na wahye sene ade no ebekọ ade no awokoye no eye ne ya pa obenya anka amasa nanso so wanya wonya adwuma na possibility say who free office A akọ office B C D no say the same thing enko free home ma no ya na no so akọ bibia wo ho enti ene owe options no no ohwe a wase ene ma menya ne sai since obekọ akọtena fie na wasan akọ depend on na wofo a wo ma brem fie bebre ahwe ne school no enti na ade na kwa se brebra ma nka amane ma oba yeyi ana wo hwa ne qualification ana wo de adwuma no ema no no wanka se wonfa ne to mede golf a enka asem no na wie ye nyina ene ho wanya adwuma ono ninim de ebo ama wo company no etimi akọ animum enti enwumara nom ene ye besre se sa suban tantan no wo munyai amwa nipa no kra nya obi a ebia wo pɛ no for a long term relationship bi eno waka se obi a me pɛ wonti ye se ye bɛkɔ akoduru ha adwuma kakra wo pɛ na wonne na busua ene ne maame ne opapa wo mo nsa akɔ o ma no nti na se ogye ne baaye free ne nsɛm a nokɔsɛm se ɛyare hosɛm nanso so anomanso antu a jeje bese wogina ho na wagene saa na ode ahye ne ho fi se okwa reporti se ye chi nipa no a wadwuma no abɔ wonsa nka biem ɛna minim se ahase no whistleblower protection ye adwuma wa ha me na me bepa adwuma ɛna adwuma wura se one me beda ansama bɛbɔ empanimfo amane ya kyere nipa no ebia de na gina court emra ne no adi sai ena nipa ne bambo ho nsem etie eba se yedi asem no court a wo mamu bi obi ne begina na namu na wa court no ama no ahwese proceedings bibia bekoso kosi se bia ye bedi asem na wie na se eba se wono ankasa bedi muntintinman na nanim epie dwa ene no obi a so etwene ho se ene ne na no wokoye ye ma obi ho kire no nti adwuma no kra me na emfa no tina se da bia wokuta brown envelope na na musa
but said you would do nkomo ide na che se aye se eye me de na nso ehihye me
Kojo so onye
o because what say adwuma ni ho enti omoje ne saa o makoye adwuma enti na che se
dodo no age
ne no wanje atum because all the exchange bibi no
no na meken se ono ne ho kire no adwuma ni ho ena obi so o ma obi enti fa we bra na beje adwuma enti wo we options no a obetena fia na nya bibia na ne maame ne papa betimi de ama no ba so ono aye na adwuma na boso me woje na katua obetimi ato bibia na waka na no atum eno na honorable eka se man report ade no waje ade adwuma no to ade no abe report ana dodo no anso a wo mo be resist sa temptation no waka se ne obekọ akọtena fie no ana me bisa se ho no protection ho asem etesen nipa kro no wono mo concealing identity se daache ne ho asem empie na emeda public na obi nyina so nka se ene esaade a me na emma na dwuma nti asem na gina mienu ena emma nipa ntimi mfa akokoduro enkoso okwa akọ report de di kan wanye a onya adwuma nye ne etoso mienu me kọ kan obi so ebehu na wa be deny me adwuma daache enti ade no de eno ane se obehu se nipa no qualify adwuma a wode emma no no obetumi aye na omo prioritize emma no dan sada bia memma no ana omu push on na mai wanu de ubi bi kakra ya nyankopon de adom wa ya o pride a ubetimi ede ahwa ho dachi gise opani bi je ansana meanwhile qualification na be man de ba ya wafa no eno abi na ekura wo ba no
ansana me ko fi bidin komo na afia o nkomo no say when they protecting why na nipa no wa approach you oni wa di nkomo wo so wani nye ho wa upgrade the conversation na the reporter ka ho when na me di wa dance ma wa be di wa dance
na se ne odi adanse ni wie so na ade ne be public afei adwuma wra bia hu se abaya we na no sei no enti ne
na de no ope
ene ono so obetena fie saa
ada no obetena fie
na se adwuma wra fo yi omo je ade no omo de ade ama na wo wudu obi akọ ene bia nipa kro ya fine no anasa bi kra yede na tumba bia bosome miensa bi se onfa nkosua de mra adwuma wura ba ko no so wo no hwa no wo hunu ne wo ye nti na ya ma wo nwura reception ho kra no o ma ne age o letter na to
is it to say that
ade ekoso organa ha ekoso bebre ekoso enti obi kra wo ho a wo hwe o stage na wo de aba abewura adwuma mu ho no eno nko an wonim so ene bibi wo ho srade wom enti ntempa no no wahya ase o ne wo ye interview no kra na advances no ekoso enti se wo soso uma wadwene mu ye ha kakra bi na bra wabre fie na wunya sika mfanya niema bi edi wani mu kanpe na wo kwa akoto saa ensohwe no nti mema no no mo nhya wo mo ho so omo nhya wo mo ho so tomo bi kra wo yere ensoso na o san ewe you be wo office sana ya
ade na mo yesa nipa no obepa adwuma de a hwe na fa na wo mfa no so a no wa maneko and fa in this context here allowing the person to work
nkasana kete se obi bepa adwuma de a ka fa emra kwanso nipa no osefa tanko a ka fa na adwuma irrespective se wo yo ba so ye be ma se ne ho affecting wo ba bi anase wo interested woni mo no e wo se wo fa no but ofa ene no akwakoye se ye mpenifu bebre na ewo kuro ham no fa omo the pressure na abeto ye young boys nso ena akwada na asebi
omo the pressure abeto young boys nso
omo abeto ye young boys nso se no hu se abaye bi hu ofe na se waba adwuma nim na se ofa adwuma no in kwati kwan a penimu bi ne dan ansa na waba be wure mu ofa se me young boy na se mo adwuma na se even community abaya na ho a mintimi nkwa ni mu kire se penimu no ena ye ne dia the moment I me young boy be kra me ko ho no ahwe penimu no be yi
mo girlfriends no ene mu be di nkomo ete sa se omo pa adwuma no omo koye no
e nkomo mu ni omu di obi kwati bi ka chense ma fawo na emu de be ye final interview no e wo maybe like Osada Hotel they be your Golden Tulip Hotel they be offer omo someone the final location they be your final interview no it will go final interview na e man na se be omo nsoro ye no ya no ma dwen ye omo se bibre na dwen ye omo se bia ahono mo de ye kwakoye final interview no before so be realize obo hotel hono na ese papabrane e dan paso e she boxer shorts wa ka to say adam e na me ba be interview me ye interview no on 19 na me de dwuma no ama woti ase a me de be ma wanti ase so dia be san so afo offer ye koso e wo Ghana ha say be the CEOs the managers any other people are holding reputable positions in most of our companies that we have over here offer a san offer and you say edwuma bia na ebi wo ye edwuma bi wo hono ma say bosses no one respect to mo it is so bad san ko is
it the bosses or there are men who are also taking advantage of the situation say ebi kwa no a middleman
fine come ba middleman for so musu ban no osu ni papa no e ka sa connect na ma for before be realize na middleman no wada na middleman na asa ko catch boss so boss idiot it's my hard man what na sha no asa catch girl no say sama boss no one dance and one it oba na ni be ba no so no na adwuma na wo pe no fa emema be ye miensa ne nada eni be ba no so no na memma miensa ne nada ofa enye sa enye hu nko a ofa na ka me ko be beti bia o ma me kwan
na wo hu se me ma o kwan de wo koye den ho
ofa lectures ni other teachers no book room so
omo de na jobs we are talking about jobs
ofa
we are talking about jobs
ofa ye mama na ye wo mo ba na empire na me body mo se bi san koto mo because ofa sometimes no yeah man yes say bosses no so so ba eduwa a man sutre bo pon say eduma me kwa ko pay die le she da sha atade bi say
probably because ntiase no akoye say uduru ho a ombe demand nti so ombe demand dia ene e won so you ready say wo de bema na wanya adwuma no
I say no because abaye bi pan mi nim ne pan ni bi a obi emu koduru ye no bana no de ano de
is it bibia because since the president can talking to a man they are excited they are happy say oh say ebeye gidigidi saa de a na tese ye benya ahoden e de adi saa nkomo no
afa benya ahoden de adi saa nkomo no say be gidigidi a me no be hwe say president aka saa nsem we no parliament nso be som na omode aye mra na be ye mra na say oba bi kopa adwuma that's a boss bi kase e bia won share no baby no ne nansa na o ma na adwuma na ye tese pa ko no fa ya ma na 10 years 15 years or say the man so Sanya Manakoswa, I think so those kind of things no fine. A super track because your future wives, future husbands. If one send me a canoe of a Ubu or Cramp, and you say be a man on your Mokadel, any Mudu or one man. Who bear my send me one corner the position also. To send me say, you know. Shall Bokonofa Bokones or yes, said you over cheap.
That's another conversation. Someday we'll come to it.
But any female CEOs are almost taking advantage of guys. And
well, the men are not complaining, so probably.
Why would they complain? Why would they complain?
When they start complaining, it becomes an issue.
Men you sure said a bit me yesterday, but ultimately intense citizen man, dear no. Offer.
When you see you bar, or who bear maybe not na na corner pana.
No, there are instances we hear stories of that.
But after
the adults
going forward, as I said, my you are the who better choose. I'm a one cassa.
Of an even a human no crampono. Boss no be Bobiama, we are one more promotion. Of a promotion to me say, Ben may be at human for about 15 years or working experience. I buy a kit to be by a penny a promotono. No more be supervisor. Na be man what na for almost 15 years no for that sort of
okay so that would be an adwuma another relationship but the concern more is how women get to positions that they are qualified to nti be a fear compare adwuma baby a o compare adwuma no ho aka de nyina owo experience no owo e bi kwa omo ye mami na ye hwe e de adwuma na amamu baako mienu ni nyina akoye no obehwe na afia na ebo ne ho mmode a obetimi aye but afia nya ready so obegya mu dia ene ye de be ma ama bi se amade why ready so obegya
oyonko baba ka cho se na ade no ya na aye den ananya omo yonko ma no namfo no be ka cho se no ya na aye den je mu ma no se opa adwuma no je mu ma no no nye je mu ma no nto no so the crowd you say 30 minutes per 5 minutes per acha 5 minutes per no so offer akobi mama no offer ade ehunu say we wie na ya fa na adwuma no na akoye relationship a e wo on boss no intem
and so no they would have to find a way of managing it but how do they get into the job and okay you can also send us a voice note a text message or a WhatsApp message criminalizing sex for jobs. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama din komono say baby abedu no complaints no Dawson because the lady asked say a man ni nya akwanya chen yen abre bia adwuma beba abeda ho nti die na mo ye de amaye mampani say esese etu anamo esese ye nhihye a se bibisi sa you can then go and ask for the right things to be done. Afia
but maybe sasa before lady no question no not mampani nim say near metes akoso ana
well sometimes asemno ba
na asemo ma
it may be part of the conversation people are having in the closed doors but immediately it comes out now and it comes from a backdrop where president call Valco, right?
Yeah.
Now, okoshe inspection here, then he commended a young lady who in the national service. And here, Juma Swan or here or home even made a recommendation say uwie na kwenya wo ho omo fan we. And so when she's commending women in that line, now unya assembly said he would obviously be asking say what do we do? But mu benya kukudro afia na mo
akukudro no eno no na ebi e be den kakra de beba ne se menye de a ma me nkotena fie me wo personal experience but personal experience na me wo no nipa no a nanka opesa wo ne me yesa ade no me ankasa me na nya encounter da se na maestro ka se middleman no fa middleman so na obe ode me sade nipa no epese ye kọ enhyehyẹ no obe ready gu ho ma me say it's either you choose one nipa ne say fa auto budget ana say ofa me adwuma na me first 3-4 months salary no he's taking
Sanya wo de unya options
o mama options
wo de unya options if you either sacrifice your body or you lose your money
or for we do you wouldn't na into 3-4 months salary no fa man sika ben na say o de adwuma na man
obenya de no de opeso kira ne say fa beje
say we no so dey partial but wa say 1 month 2 months 3 months 4 months obi a wo pay adwuma no wa pesika de aye bibi na nipa no edge abosome 9 then you be like okay and yes adia we need yes acha be ma wo so ne ho odin sadin kra me sure so betimi atra 5 minutes akọ 10 this akọ no aphrodisiac enti ene sesi a yemfa nkogu na minya madwuma enti sanya wo na ubenya ahohyeso aka say come what may menya you will be tempted to do it and baby American so every upcoming journalist broadcast journalist say me hey enya sa opportunity na on to tonase baby American ye ka chi ye di chi kasa ye adwuma yi no sa baby American no me say me pesa me kire say baby American wo bi
enkomra shebedwam na mene the member of parliament for the Asokwa constituency, the first deputy minority, right?
Yeah, first deputy.
Yes. Honorable, good morning. Hello. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right. Anyamanu Tutumwa, the honorable member of parliament for the Right, and so we'll have our conversation and get back to the member of parliament for the Asokwa constituency, speak to her about the issues as have come up. Afia, the member of parliament for Asokwa, during the appointments committee in Sheshe, every time nominee no there were issues of concern relating to gender. Na ubisa ubia ne opeso ye edeboa in that direction. I'm sure that Oba Homaswa, this conversation ye bebisa no na yahwe bebia
emrane betimi aba na ye de aso empanimfo ne panchi ekoso ba bia we aye ka enye private institutions mu nko a aban mu nyina dodo no aye se wanya yi a meso menya yi nti e wo ba bia nti ne wo mu ntintim mra no na ye nhwe ba bia suicide board ho no ebekọ akofa because Edru baby na asetena mu ya den pa ma wa, you will be tempted to do it. Ade a wakoma empesa wo beye. Wo be wie no na enuhu aba na afi wa hu se wo pride bia enka wo na madwuma mu ho a wo de be hoahoa ho no. See you age. Ye kan so. Nipa ne nsada nka se wo na wo twempena bi mpo. But wo mu a esan se wama eniama ye mre ama no nte wo mu na ofri ni fie no opa baabi de ate hot a ofra wa wontumi nkase daabi na se wode wo jeje nani akodo bia wode wo jeje nani
enkoye te se baako
daabi o wonya yempo dia na chese ekwan no mu abi na
all right yemkoye na ye ne the Honorable Patricia PJ Ninkomo. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
Yadasisa no pay wabeka yensa. Now Mampeni Nkomona Odino over the weekend, from where you are as a member of parliament and being passionate about Emma Nkomono, criminalizing sex for job. Ebeye bibia ebe buana.
Yo, let's na natural Udibia. Na mama Udibia Udibia. And so I share on the face, say that I did it, say, I'm not going to na more fire mouth and me and Collie. No person said, Saturday now, the walls on them, and I didn't have any papa. And my one is the son, the woman, said, 12 years or more page. So, we are and the element of concern in the one. Yeah. But again, of course, it's one aspect of it. The other aspect is so the future and coming. Was a young man, yes, and they said, you think now, Ubibia or Bayas Adia. You did not know any banana. Someone doesn't mean said, because criminalize, let me probably this that was the son of one didn't give because all fed to them. And now the other one. But good dry. Mano Ebenya, Ediagina, Akaka Daddy, Mammy, a chance and set meant to me, I be going to come and call that into the Ayekma. Send a day, I didn't have argument. Ama, Yachimi, I prosecute you of your various arguments. I never criminalization. I said, yeah, come. Oh, yeah, genuinely. Check, but you're one. And I want to share the Akudrusa. Jesus, for Juma, and therefore be at the division of better Joseph, Sabbath, like our money, and so they said, a Jumano, and the other. And when she in front of the dear answer, and she said, yeah, dear, she said, and one aspect, and then you ask me, so you look at the name of Uncle Ray,
onkomodie dodo no ano ya na emma ene mofra ho asem ehia in parliament you raised it at every point nominee eba on chain. One of the concerns here say enwuma nso ennoso nti ebede na ma no say omu hia situations omu benya akukuduro aba abonten.
Yeah, what's it? And I'm interested in I live with the DNA of the room. Was there was one of the dear, and I will feel morally, and Nadia, that our woman to me, but it's lying to me, I carry a good book near something as you said, my manager, I say, but to me, do no the apart di mema nse and then some your friend of affirmative action law. You was say your chef Kenya, you depends so ama ni bi so anya aduma na ye tumi asise ni ma ka de traka e dona ni na go di me manage and so ka umi e je ye sha akwa ye de besaso na afebe de aduma no equal participation of both male and female this is what me abo ama sa me ma we ni na go
Honorable say enkomo eba mra hye bedwam a mugidi se mubenya mema no dodo no support na ya criminalize no ana
yenya wo mo support we have so show every so show because one na wo better mo people are we ni ade a ebetumi abo ama ni bani na kina waso dwem na ni ma na nyina nya mapana ubate use ne kwa area se jo ni na atese LGBTQ emra ba the parliament Mr. Speaker afani eventually emra Mr. Speaker did say wa emra we unchile no sorry ye e sa ubu se ni bano so o be yi the point here out there. What here they are saying I want to say we should
right. You know, colleague, member of parliament, Edin Komo, ka say ombebo mo modern na a mano et me a pushisa agenda beyond parliament. Mobeye
man was here push you. Agenda issue. There was a mountain and the pushing Sadio, or the other about it. And the young man had been pushing Sadio with war. The bed pushing, there was a man on the tire. Not almost in your I suffer. Almost shut on the home of the party, you and for the year, and my young with the advocate.
Right. Anope yebeda ase yebekọ so adi ho nkomo na yahwe niema pa edebebre yeda ase anope. The member of parliament for the Asokwa constituency deputy minority leader anope Madam Patricia Apieje yade no edi nkomo Kofi. Men,
yeah.
Would men support women in this law?
That is the question now of ni edi ho nkomo dada no. Say a bedroom pempen so say na emema na yedim so mo responsible a omodeda enyumaku akese no a even cry in parliament almost so ewo ho no would they support this particular criminalization of law and I think so far so wo fam in 100% e benya emema ni bi 70 out of the 100% they might support the idea of they might obokra 70% no they might support that idea of na honorable Edin Komo say inyuma bebraya na yemfa ema no so no ento the higher position no na so ka ho bi na ema ni bi e fasati bi of me na ya adwen e no kre that misconception na e wo ho say the position kese ema oba na say oba no oba intimi nya say adwuma no eno ntie wo say de ma mmema no fasa misconception no I was saying eradicating any free in society name. I've seen a lot of women now. You don't to one particular position or meeting me a year you may give pa a diamond of mean can't quite of us all media general. The head you may cook a so pan a yoba of sad time no time a baby and a jumakun when the baby a mammy be so a human body or dear Pakujono. You can easily imagine say she has done very well of her. I can mention 4 women in our society. They are improving in most of the major companies. And it's all because of the opportunity. The opportunity they were able to serve that opportunity. Many honorable in common woody say a money be brinano, into higher positions in most of our reputable companies, in most of the things in our country. The silent in a Miami be able because of I said, no baby or that's what Henry Yonku Ben, that's who said Yonku Bano, or that skills or that requisite said experience and asking the CV or the ababe to no betimi di adwuma na mana of I didn't know farmer no or the bema no but of I adwuma bebree wo krum ha no na kwakoye emema ene da no the moment ani pa no ye be mo da no behun the opposite gender that is oba and who offend who akono a make say or one taste of I mean of excitement obetimi nya woni mo no of definitely oba de betina ni so o ye ne interviewer ibetime nya san microphone bi o me offer enyuma ko me bro so ko no mo ye interview a emema be ye num no mo nkwan ye interview oba ba ko krampo nim.
All right, mame ensign enko Oka Media General, right?
That's right.
And so the news editor for Akoma FM and also the regional secretary for Ghana Journalists Association, Beatrice Spiogabra. Big good morning. Mama, good morning. Connectivity. Okay. And so whilst we wait to work on the lines, Afia. So it comes back to somewhere you already say Mubidin Komonoa. But the Honorable Patricia PG says the men should be ready. Yeah, and cast secret ballot. I'm told that she's back online. Beatrice, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Marfo.
All right. Mpacho to say. Yehu ani have bibi anya hia. Anope bampani nkomo over the weekend the buy the concerns of a young lady and the response from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Expand the conversation, and so we come to your end by virtue of your work in many years and the position you occupy at Ghana Journalists Association. I'm sure that a matter is it a matter of concern?
Even before Yamia's position, we say, it's always been a matter of concern. From school to various school now, opportunity to the against now part of people what some men will do. I know that there are some few men and so female bosses and so would demand for sex from them. So it's always been a concern. From the old school now, who's the account, you will chapa and tribute to the need to so now. Or when you be in, or find every means possible to train you. And the end, if you want who would you so and find a way to so now overtake my and also I say about the count to the Zambia,
not as a cross, I said a crisis swan, a mass or else was our cross.
Your cross can see a pie that is so.
Now, quite ben almost faso a yeno.
Brown with you. And then naturally, Nakasana so bad. If you move about the street, one can't also appeal. Obi so every time. It's true at times when I wouldn't so one year in the shade, and if I time while I'm time ever so. Now, you try to find out a day for saying, now I ain't here the panel time, and I say, I say, or something is can't. Nah, I don't know, or the above issue, see, a two-way. If that a person will come straight away to say that, maybe give me this for this. And I say, or better that time or time here, what do you want to see that? Now I say, all trying to ask why this person hates you so much, Now, so we say, there, a time bit, or don't me a time, That is how they go about it.
Now, within the journalist profession, Adia Mushiano and Pembibriana.
Personally, I'm not having people coming to me to say, or prepare my baby. Now, saying that, yes, demanding from her, and not yet, so they can't say, now me transfer. But from other professions, in my and you common idea. It's widespread. It's widespread. Oh, baby.
Now, is it a demand to say, one farmer, mem fower Juma, and now or fower Juma, we are, and or Yenisa?
Marco, you so or how are you come or yes, but I think I'm here with then young count. I don't know. Everyone is a video. And so, but before I then give me, let me employ you. And I give me, let me assist you to get the employment. If you come in yet or no dream of the crowd, but or a penny people, or bet me I kill, bet me I connect you to some way. But before I connect you to that person, now or no to say, give me, na me wow. All those documents have come and say, oh, maybe in school, this is my CV, these are my certificates. Or then giving, na me connect to family. It could be people who are outside of the job that you are looking for. I don't know, well, I connect to the money panel where you will now tell. And now say, it could be somebody within that establishment now will say, more at a higher position of better so because of my degree, I'm going to make me up one now, so it's a weird thing, and son, a queen and a 2 weeks old at the end.
Have you had experience where ebia directly nipa no enkanchero but ohwe opportunity no ene niema wo a uhu se eno ka hu ntina yemfa ma wo no
where your first my person and I say you did not
said you would say ase no na me pe hu mu aye.
You see, yes, you may have a woman, maybe I shan't say free, you know. I've always had male bosses. And one or two, maybe I will remember if I only get just say, but it's always about you, the individual, and your principles. If so, who to be in, you look at it's Nipano or one. Is it that you married it not one say because of what you did for him? It's not one of our opportunity. It's what an individual and social principles. It's me personally, I've had some male bosses and some male, though they may not be my bosses directly, but someone at a higher position. Osha gestures are winya and but it's about you, the individual. And now you also shake but so good times gonna be nothing. Rakoju, Osha, now if you were your school, they need a show, or show, my show. Now, Penny be a say. Send you last week here, I mean, taste of your thing. Don't be sleeping with your destiny helpers. When you know destiny helper, and now your destiny helpers you. Now, we shall find out your destiny helper. Now, what she said, Mammy, no one, Nami page me, within you, you know very well, so you can know that. That is it. You may need man, you be at a position that. Nyamia, make a say, Nyamia, but you be at a position that makes me actually be a Kaakyire 6Am. So I don't be sure you definitely give in. I will not deny it. You give in because of situation, financial distress. You give in. You say, meet up, we are just saying, you get it. So it's difficult for some young ladies or maybe in school or also be for herself. Now, this is, we can ask my barrier. We have barrier very free, and you reach where you have to reach. You give in.
Speaking to members of parliament, female members of parliament, their concern is more to do, say, a man mubenya kukudro na mwaka. You think that with criminalization of it, a man mubenya kukudro ababontian beka?
Before we go to the criminalization part, say, you could also, not a different degree, and you can't make a a different degree will be economic money they demand and supply, right?
Yeah.
So, because now we do your own. And those in the sun will be great, yeah. It was by me to me and church and one because when you say, or not share, there is always another person that I can go to. But the unemployment rate in the country now. People would say now when you school warfare, when you didn't know. And you know, before President said the criminalization party, they should create avenues for a lot more job openings. And you say, maybe a journalism school. Nothing. All the media houses, they work Ghana have a baby. Why would I go and sleep with somebody before I get employed as a reporter? But over Shana, maybe I would see a it's a baby show, one more dancer. But that's what I get. It's more from a penny of private sector. No, now for the money more, now conditions of service, no, and papa. Now, my man, so would be back on would be a count of my age. If you know, so we don't media general, said you need to one or two of them. Now, it's a main now, never fashion TV, not fashion TV, a family here. Also, means one, we pay by NGA casted you over the table. Then you will be a name, the medical assurance, financial health insurance. Maybe I have it near Paka, the young hospital. Because you think that. Now, media journal, I told you, except you, Yaka told him for dance and one for the it's more than anymore. It's no maybe I saw you ever aspect one again. Yama money no. It's money no one that to embody me. Say, my baby, will be so open. Or in the second half of the day, the coins was in some part. That to embody me to go and report. But it's money you. That's the difference in itself for baby. I may not like it. But now I'm most non famous in performance because we take no so much like the Jamaica. And you know, at the end is the man, Eddie Kaakyire. Most of the ladies will not be bold to speak out because we're paid money. They will not be bold to speak out. And you know, there's money blossom. And I, Miss Vigano, the Kaakyire is my remember, and yet, what's touching the way you are not supposed to touch now, make your advances being here. I'll report you. Yes, I'm paying now on not finding the private sector in some money, the almost million degrees. About the environment is okay for the private sector to be creating more job openings. And no matter what, now your conditions of service, so yeah. Because there are lots of private stations and companies are weird, almost letting you have your card, they don't even pay. It's weird, man, your future is not even guaranteed. So, wait, I'm over there, and said you, I buy national insurance via Opia. What do you even get health care? It's been nice of concern to the young people, they are coming up, open, my, see, criminalization again. Presidents or a year now, so a moment money no.
Mama, I don't pay ever does it. Nah, ye did say and come on because I can say. Right. The GJ Regional Secretary Ashanti, the news editor for Akoma FM, Media General, Beatrice Biogabra. Afia. So the matter is more to do with job opportunities.
Yes, job opportunities.
So the criminalization, yes, but in great Jumano answer.
Jumano mepe. Enti oye you cry. Me corner sa no makwa Jumano. We ye wasre wanu wamuna wutrim. Outside gentility home cry. Ade no wompe. Nanso so ode GBB. Eno nti no force ya esu ogu yam na waje egu hu. Se de be ya wobenya adwuma. Eno nti na me ka se omo way options no I heard what na fear depending on the parents for years na opportunity ba aha na emenya ne dan ade yese eboho tu so gu mu aneko enti me kwa genesa na me de age adwuma se be ya menso mensa betimi akoma no enti job opportunities no eba omo entimi ema ne enkosa enti de ebesere se de na sister Beatrice ka no se nyuma no eye bebre na options no edo so a me ba maestro ho na waye na dwene se obe harass me sexually a na makokojo Marfo ho ono de ebi oye church elder nyame etene enti onfa enkomo no kra onfa ho obe ma madwuma boso me so a menya kakra na madi enti enyumara no madarumo yesra mo nyame ntena mo kakra na nyame no na de ade ne do mu o a motimi abi adwuma no nti monye destiny helpers kakra na mo aye ne enso ye da achi ntimi ensi eyie na da bia mo gi bibia afiri ye ho sa ade a enye yie ade ye hu bida na enso
Right. So as we get into the other conversation, and it's got to do with jobs. It's got to do with employment opportunities. And a man how no so and that's why Closac says that, well, we have economic gains, but what is the essence of economic gains if there are no job opportunities? And okay, that side of the conversation, yeah, they are not so ever feature television. So Daybreak Jumedi was so gusua shayeno na odie brain on our Facebook platform, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and also on the X platform, Feature Television. Send us your messages, voice note, text messages, and WhatsApp messages on 020-754-3637. Kai, sir, based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics, Wadaroma, they are into export and import. It is a Yadeniama Airquaman on there, a Jumakua, one Edin Koma, Wabehe, now what the Niamana Ako Amanone Amao Sa, and now the Niame Framanone Bao My Ghana Mua, based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics, Abehe. Na what they be do car no a opese wo tono ene wonni ho nkomo won wa behwe ato car no na what they si poso ama ebedu a obeyi no habo na what they abre wo ba bia wo no. So identify the car and let them bring it to your doorstep. What they want there for Dubai, one there if you Germany na airba no European countries ni nyina no based on Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics ebehwe na why ni nyina e de amount. One crime, Tema Community 2, Accra International Airport. Kumasi, one word ditchem so. Anyone in Komo, the numbers are rolling on your screen. Get in touch with them. Na one wow. Enhwe kwanya wode niema no ebeba o my Ghana amount. Sana Millennium Construction. Adansie ho niema de. Wa share ye na ewo. Millennium Construction. Adansie ho niema eho eno wo. So asase na opese oton a ene woni ho nkomo se opa asase ato a ene woni ho nkomo. They give you the right value of the land na ehun sikasem so eye boko because they are open in the business that they do. Sa na opese ye sidan emawa and also ye be na kama the amount. You want to live in a gated community, they are building those ones. If you want a story building, they are doing so for you. Business transactions no open. Me catch you say abrebia say ompeza public accounts committee deal with an agency and institution when one adwuma one krata asem a wode ever support adwuma woye no. Millennium Construction Boshen Nayas Junction ene woni nkoma no pay na wonmoa na wonhwe kwan a obefa so a wonso kakra wanya no wode benya japade a wode bebo ho bra waka ho bi and an open common yade airbrow. AD Auto Car Rentals. AD Auto Car Rentals. If you are in Kumasi, if you have arrived at the airport, you want to have a ride around town. Anyone in Komo na one share and wow. AD Auto Car Rentals airport. Woben children's home. Woben DVLA. So a call away from the airport. Na AD Auto Cars about no a year Juma. You want a chauffeur-driven arrangement, they will do it for you. The car is comprehensively insured. Into Timua, the comfort is A1. All you need to do is to get in touch with AD Auto Car Rentals. Now, one share in CSU Kama. You will enjoy the experience and you do a recommendation to friends. Yakwaya anyone or payer. Na yama wa kwenya because our drum watcher dear no as I said barbon thing. Now also unyamfaso ewo ho. If you are a rapper, that's an opportunity for you. If you are a singer, that's an opportunity for you. Yeah, wow, ama also o talent no ababonting. Talent na babonting would help you do it better than you have ever done it. The season 2. The Street Crown edition no and I dey airbrow no. Get in touch. Let's give you that opportunity. Feature Television, our Bantama. Bantama and I war. Any Bantama praise been a share anymore. Any apps are with the same building. So tell a friend, tell a brother, tell a church member that we are giving you that opportunity to be a part of the success. The season 1 was excellent. The season 2 will be mega and better than the season 1. Dimisro, fasa kwenye, now also what do much at the end. Give us a call and any other details would give it to you. The Street Crown edition. And can't want to yes. Gifted Icon, season 2. That's what we do. Abushanfo, an open common, you go so. Kofi. So, if a woman comes to you, and this one, I'm seeking your advice.
Okay.
A woman comes to you and says that when you have opportunity to work, baby, conditions of service, and near my day man no, just a dinabra bobi see. The only obstacle a woman say, obi person in a dance. Now, okay, baby, any penny free bow abrambo. What would be your advice? Please look into the camera and advise that woman who has come to you.
Over. Question, no.
I said look into the camera and answer.
Question and a demanding easy answer. Over. Me as a human, me as a Christian, I'm a tia. I'm a juma make a sadiatre obibia or hemi. Say oko a jumeko be more compared juma. Na incentives albinia ano odin me make us so monthly salary so bibia benya allowances adi bia wumbia no emoda. Na o boss catcher was say adwuma no se me de bema wa gise wo hia me wo baabi na betu ayase egudi ansa na me de amawa futu a me de bema no se daabi emfa wuti nje emfa wuti enkohya ase because the moment I would wuti be kwa kohya ase no obeye slave to that boss no ten bia opibi opeso oba onchen bia be pe bibi di free hobia no beba. And oba sa we sa waton wani monyam say oba wani monyam ba ko a ewo ho a be me hu a ema no do ana say obi bia hu a ema o respect ubu ekosro pa no eye say obe crown na odo hu be si e dia ma wo future husband say even po say wa ware a obe crown hu yi e dia ma wo kuno e no nkire say bebia no e wo say bi okoba wa ham e de ko pa adwuma edi nyamfa so die bia obenya de ma wabrabo ene na wo dwene ho ochene bi woni baby e bekwa kowe e bia na sa boss na ote sa adwuma ko nim no wonya yare bi won ho a ono de ne se wo ban ho ade o de bechewo wasan so mo wadwuma amwaye na ofa ade ba kwan ya na ye me yapa wo mu ne se bi man bebre wo ho no ma asem we ya no mo nka ye ni omo deda omo wie nso ni asa agi omo sika san so account nipa no sexually wa harassing wa abusing no no wasan so exploit no
how
of a bebre na akoso o gine sikedi o wi no wasan so ene na da
afia
as bonus
what we be that
Maestro this o chire mu ye o gine sikedi sasan
se adwuma na o pa ma
adwuma na o de ma no
o pa adwuma ma nji waju
sika se adwuma na me pa ma no sika o so otwi ama mini ansa na me
na chese we ye middleman asam de ye ken
then o wie no a o san person ne o da
person san no da so na se o complete job no
so trom ye no
eno de man intimi nka ho asem man konsem mu pa chese o muntimi nka ho asem and I think say maybe bia metene bu onua ba san so I mean a baba and say obi di bi ye minua ba ono ewo da the Kansas and Louis Training College aka no we na o chine bi the postings ba na penimu bu GS ka say I mean no one answer no the what to Kumasi Metropolis anoma of ebe me ya say opinion no ekoye say no sandi say be fa wanzam for ese kan no na be the
when they go castrate no
Afia, but are you able to tell and also look through the cameras and tell us, are you able to tell a young lady from a very difficult background with better conditions of service, you are going to tell the lady, ignore him, move on, you'll get a job?
Difficulty, no? By your chronic family. Menya sure say a bro meme dia me famu so. Enti se me me die ya na me ken ya na me de ye mfa to ho yi samre no na ne mamu odin papa na ma ye adwuma ni bia dru baabi a na me tifie a na ye ade a mani gye ho senka minya ya nka mepe but the moment anipa wo di manimu no ebeka kire me se boss no se asem ne ye mienu wei ana wei no igu ahome kokko ena metena ase maanye enti se maanye na manakom na me ho antete manti ansi abonten na enne nyame de me aduru ha aden na wonso ntumi nye
right ade mame enko Kumasi Technical University na mene Reverend Mrs. Ama Pokua Obeng Computer Science Department eni nkomo ama memwache
Yenya Mr. Marfo
baby ayati yasum adwoyen mejidisa wonso ho ye
Yesu aduma no pe me ho ye pa
right anope ye di man nkomo no kwan bi so enti nkomo no aye di no ye nimsa mo nso baby amowo ne de you hear stories of that kind when the president says that criminalizing sex for job ayi bibia omo pese wo mo ya muti ni say ya na eyema mo ana
me da se anope mechia wahwefo na makase nedwada no pe die ahoden wo ho yenye adwuma na enu na de yeti baby na machia Kumasi Technical University for VC na be de echi ene lectures ni students nyina na asem we de aya asem de amaye in fact tenra me kind story no na nia fell crowd wo ni say we call Google na say o type sex for jobs President Mahama and some more kan no ena egu ho saa enti na yebeka say yate asem de yate asem pa enti msamafa de pa sana meka
right anopai members of parliament any unuanom mma ne ne no akasa any afia me ne no studio ha ne say enkomo no eye but emma benya kukuduro ababonten abeka de
eho ne asem no ebi benya kukuduro abeka ebi so nya kukuduro emeka na emom ne ye ne se akwanya wo ho se ne wo wa kukuduro no ebetumi aba abeka enu mpo be hye oni akukuduro ni nkran ama daachi bi no mo ni sa akukuduro ni nyina nso benya aba abeka enti ebi benya bi nya de but akwanya ne wo ho de a na se eya asem papa ye pa amaye
okay ama o video no wanim fa no mi hu anopai o
the video was off. I think it's on now. Forgive me.
All right.
Yeah, Niger. I tried to put it on, but I said, I don't know why. Yeah, should be along the line, but yeah.
All right. So you were making a point.
Okay. And to me person me say, akwanya ne de if we say President John Mahama de about mo ni akukudro no. Ebesua fi omo akukudro ne ho. Ama omo so anya bi de aka. Na akwanya ni ho de a wa akukudro kra no. Unya ba bi nkonko ka wasem. Enti ebi nya akukudro ebi so benya.
Now for the other concern, yes, adwuma na nkra no ehho ayedin. There are few that the women or the ladies get. Now when your adwuma conditions of service ne ye, osema ensete no omfa adwuma, ukogina bonti akoye dede.
Mr. Marfo, nipa no o qualified dia tio enkomo na ye di no. One say adwuma asete ena ade we ewo ho free titio. Adwuma na sete no o qualify. O qualify say ye fa wo ma wo ye adwuma ama school la wo call ye no. Me pa chan sa fe video na ba.
Yet to see your beautiful face. Okay. Benzaka will picture into yanko.
Okay. Ain't you know? So we qualify say you forward you many more. Nanya me any mu nukremie. So we come here say any will be dance adia. Hadwen adwuma no aseti amount. Aseti amount and seti qualify na ade na aseti amount wo qualify say we say you foul na we ye adwuma wo ho no. Na say ye ka say agi say me ne wo dance ewiase nyina ma problems nyina sa de we ya President Mahama edi aba no metimi aka say ye problem was solve be 50-60% amaye ade a ya wo wiase ne say o qualify for something na ye beka say gi say wudi bibi eba ansa we sa de we so anya adwuma nko a o even kra no o per service bi wo baabi student pe akwanya atua de wo baabi ne results kwemu bibi eba ho or pe bibi a all these areas no sade we e wo ho amema de yemba enti Mr. Marfo nya say adwuma asset adwuma na asset o qualify e di asem bio
ha asem ne say ye be say ye je wo ho fans kakra
Debbie ekum ye sunsum ekum ye kra eto Emma bebre se wo bebie phone lines na se ma no bekasa ka be hu emma ebe ma wo examples bebre hwe wakọ adwuma mu kra no a ma me fa me ho nya example me koye national attachment wo beebi me mo adwuma ni din na panyimu a wo ho no ompene ma ni abrantie bia ankasa adwuma no kra kwa no po ma anyo uti ni office opel na ase wo mpene enti no de obeye ne se abrantie bi ono bekasa bi ebe transfer na ko different department Oba adwuma ate ne office ohwe anim na ahwe na anim nya adwuma boss no so opɛ so wompene adwuma no nya ne de wontumi nyi wadi nti no like your day is wasted ukɔ hɔ sɛ ɔkɔ eden ka akosua bibi ekum sunsum ekum kra na wasa asua de asa wie watcho letter sɛ wokɔpɛ adwuma wodu hɔ no ma for no ne enjoyment for the comfort for the entertainment or the wo wano ade a wo ema wo livelihood no or the sesa no Mr. Marfo, ekum sunsum. Ekum kra.
But how does criminalizing it solve the problem?
That makes it beautiful. Me say, me bomb in some pa Emma President John Mahama. Na akra na okobusa question no. Sa de we ma share da currency pimfa ma abonte said de na no peye ka ho asem no. Akra no se obi na ka share na no so no an ko kan ye wo sa akra na di ni din eba Ghana history mo ebi se ma die we eye criminal a ebe boa ye nyina die enti na ye criminal die enti na obi akọ school akosua ade hwe school ni kra oba na efam ne bia wa fa sa ade ni ma na watimi afam na wawie se wan famu pa adesua na form adwuma sua ena form na wawie na oba be pa adwuma o qualify nya se on qualify o se se wan ma wo ni na o fa adwuma na ama no Mr. Marfo ye criminal unche obi a wakum nipa anase unche obi a wawie ska wakati short obi edaache obi anu aduane wakati ne short enti wo se ye de ugina baabi ekasa wo timu esum wo ye mambofo wunye obi a wo boa maman koso Mr. Marfo ye ko school ye ne mema net na class hia ade ye woni ema ni bi wo ho e ma ni nim e chen mema no mema na akra bi wo ha ye mu bi ye kire wo ma ade se wo ho enti se wa wie na ne kopa adwuma no no okọ ye wa fam ko na se wo no de ye sigisi ne wo dance ade nipa kra wo ye sa ade no e wo sa ade a wo ye no ye treating ne se enye kwan papa ye kwan bone
Ama is it the appreciation of women say a member will support in this fight?
Well, na me mpese mema be supporting ma because ye ma. I find it very uneasy and I say very uncomfortable say obema me opportunity be because me your ba no. Because of what I'm able to offer. Enti se muti tumu say ehu hia se oba enso so a wo bibi e de boa o man Ghana no. Obepe sa kwanya na yemfa mma no wabra ye ne nnade a monta ye chi not because ye yemma minim sa wote de meche na
Mate
se
wase.
se mo ya ne sa because ye yemma na ya na enkwa akomamu ensipi me ya sofo ntima me nka a bit of religion de wa say ye wosom ni bi wo honom kra na ye emma ntimi nya sofo enti achire no na esum ni bi abeje emma sofo atum na me ka no afidie so say enum po no ebi makomamu deep no onfa ne pulpit mo ba yemma oba enhe de saa asafo no na waji atum adenti na eba paninie bi a oba ne qualify so obetimi ayede a wo so oyo oba nti na meka say emma yenka ba nti a na emom yenka washika no fa enti se mugidi se na mugitum se yenso so no wugitum se me ba bayi oye intelligent oye good oye say ya upushin wholeheartedly ti se mugitum sa wo ya fa de a ye hia mo chitaye na emom si ye ma nti de a ye damase ye be koyeko
Anope ye das se ojebre na oni edi nkomo ama ochirechire ni Okumasi Technical University the computer science department, that's where she is. Mrs. Ama Pukuya Obeng Yadeno edi nkomo. Avia, that's where we get to. Or say we cannot be supporting you because Moyama, we would have to support because it's a genuine concern.
No crepa. Enya mankwa nenya. Pisa wan support and na. Wa baba dache. Wono so ba benyini ya bekosuku awie. Akochini se wokopa adwuma. Enti wan support me nne no. Ochina ya de bedi wo ba no. Eno nti ene yesesa wokoto se wo yonko abodwe se ehye a sensuo fese wo die ho. Ena wokoto se aboa no wate wo nua so a wo se aboa sori yeso. Enkasa sori ne so fi se wo free ho a no wo ba. Ene opani no atake advantage of me. Man support ama emra bia ene no ani. Emra no anya adwumenti wachina obetake advantage of your own daughter. Eno ena abehu se ena no bi enka me boaye ema aban etimi de mrai eye adwuma kenya ne se yadru ba bia yadru eni. Enti yebesre emema no munyina mu nsom na yentumi mfa emra no enya adwuma sesei. Na se eba beje akonya tena so emra ne ba asetena na ehya ase se eye adwuma na moa mema no a moye sa mo take advantage of female a one more epa adwuma na eni mu dia da ache mo mama ebenya mfaso afiri so enti mama hweye ma yenko ayenkoyeko na yenko ayeko a enya de a ebetimi adi mu monta yechi na emra no emra emmetintim na emwa ye nyina na wonso ba enya so mfaso dachi.
We are live on Fache Television. This is Daybreak. You're dying when you're back. You're better to Uncle Moiso.
Daybreak is brought to you by Millennium Constructions, Bison Imperial and Logistics, AD Auto Car Rentals.
Acknowledgement.
No, nipa no onim said the otie. Ana on share say it. Bema bi ho na ma obema uska. Basa makokro me hu chale, me hu shoe me to abro onim ye. O feel some this can no. Do whatever you want to do with the money. Enti se wo de o say obeto shoe amano, obeto shirt amano. Na say on acknowledge ya say how wajai. So on share o. How wajai.
Na bema so de oba ni gina ho a ade na otoma ho no ya kan de Money acknowledgement say with your wifey.
No biana a funny and maybe personally. What I say? Sometimes ade awo ade den no no abu nani aguso. What I say? And sometimes yeah you see as ade bi
the opportunities that should be given to them. Oma boy amane say when the jobs are limited, then the likelihood of women succumbing it's very likely. And okay, so we deal with that aspect of the economy. And Closac on May Day told the president and all people gathered, say, yes, the economic gains good enough, but what is the essence if there are still no job opportunities? An economist of Kumasi Technical University, Johnson Adasante, Openi Yamuache. Hello, good morning. Jamia Domehoya, now sir. Right. And okay, whilst worried about women affirmation, empowerment, and all, Closac say, yes, there may be economic gains, but what is the essence if there are no job opportunities? What do you want to drink?
Oh, me pacho, me dasi bebre me cheti for ya na pay. Ekwan bi so me no mo ya adwen, ekwan bi so me no mo nya adwen.
Me entie.
Say the idea ni say economy bia mu no. Investment creation and creating job opportunities babunu enye di adwuma ye. Na sa investment opportunity ni so na beba ejina pillars mi nu bi so. Ba ko profocase your friend necessary condition. You toss me sufficient condition. Necessary condition and idea here pass as a dicaba. It means infrastructure say electricity ensure available or in all the corners of the country. Now I feel so you basically in Fidijuma factories now they are there. And only the necessary condition. A sufficient condition in is you will ensure say there is macroeconomic stability. Macroeconomic stability is a enema bobe gina. Na se anko from krabeti mi gina che. Ama investors and conform with ka won be share or memomanya anidaso. And also benya confidence kese no mo timi bia biuma ama amanfo anya biaye. Enti sa stability we ayanya no. E ade a esa ban bo ban etumi gina wo che. Ama omo wo sika on be bia nyuma wo mem no omanya anidaso se ye be business o mema the business environment no e favorable ente eno be man kofo etimi invest wo memu ache no omo invest dem so na kofo so enya adwuma ye enti sa macroeconomic stability ya nsaka no e ade esa ban bo ho ban yi pa na etumi che se de be ya enko ba 2022 bi hu ya na ne ma bo agi nsemu a exchange rate kwa na ekọ ni pa ni da so no tani e be ya be ye free ho ama investors enya ni da so etime invest and create more jobs wo man mu kwan bi so amene ne ya adwene ni say o man bia no no living standard of the people no ehia amanfo asetram yedie ehia pa yi enti sa ehia no se ba se enya macroeconomic stability na yantimi amana nche na create job wa na chese mfaso bi amaso enti enchemu ame wono ne kwan bi so mene ya adwene ba kwa bi so mene ne nya adwene
enti oni won eya adwene say economic gains no aba no say employment opportunities etoaso
exactly as employment opportunity etoaso if is o man bia nipa eti o man no o mu yedie a can say living standard the priority of the government. And yes, as a kind of stability na ba wie na sufficient condition no and not just automatically one employment degree aba employment in a take process. So we last year Ghana Statistical Service almost data on the abato which said employment creative of one food domunya juma last year now is around 940,000. It tokos need to maintaining a bebo ama. If
you look at the gains so far, are there signals that employment opportunities no
gains I mean no me when that's what said anamona bani to so timi gina ne naso na wanye agya nneema mu a spend so much a mobisi akase ma nneema nkɔgye nsɛm a bɛma investors enya confidence ɛwɔ economy no ana ba na so program bi te sɛ national apprenticeship program opɛsɛ ɔde ba no a ɔmo hyɛ ase last year no sɛ timi sustain no ne timi bɛm last year ɔmo emu sɛ ɔmo bɛ train ni mabunu bɛ 10,000 a yɛtwa sika to hɔ last year budget 300 million Ghana cedis enti saa afi mu 2026 no aban timi maintain no timi discard do na timi hyem no so increase number of youth a yɛkyerɛ wɔn sa ne dwuma ma da akyi bi na ɔmo ankasa ɔmo nyɛ sa dwuma yɛ a yɛmfeɛ ni nto sɛ aban bɛ me adwuma yɛ sɛ timi sustain na kwadwo no wɔgyidie paa sɛ ɛno no that side na bɛboa afei nso wohwɛ ɛyɛ recruitment a yɛyɛ no ɛyɛ security agencies mu sɛ ɔmo wie na ɛno nso bɛbɔ ade ɛno nso bɛ create more employment ɛna afei nso the stability na aba no ɛbɛma investors ɛnya more confidence wɔ man mu ɔmo human affairs ne gu yɛ ɔmo lose confidence ɔmo nyinaa bɛsan aba ama foforɔ bi nso abɛka ho ama mo create more jobs ama adwuma abu ɔmo mu mama buru na anya adwuma yɛ.
Medase, now whilst we concentrate on this conversation, Enra, the minority held a press conference. They are raising issues about Bank of Ghana and they are buying losses. The truth, the untruth about it. If you've observed the conversation, Sena Enyema Etie, are there losses? Na Enjrimuni is saying.
Senior Bank of Ghana na nkasa dia betudwa no data about the economy say na omu sibu economy no so omo dia ba betudwa sa obi enu obetima dispute say enye no correct that the attorney say 15.17 billion no say what they to last year one nature say emu apagya about over 60%. Nenso no ehu ensunsuanso aba economy no kwadwo eburu sa 15 billion na ya spend no kra. Bank of Ghana agina ne naso atoto niema yi ama sese me no kasai inflation atiaba from pay from 23.8% aba sese about 3.2%. So you have exchange rate say no nyame adaroma ehuva between 10 and 12 Ghana cedis. A good news for our investors. Say you have interest rate nyame adaroma atiaba from around 30% to about 17%. And it's saying policy rate say no yamiada romatia bafuma bedru be 14%. Enti ama omo wosika banks omo wosika omo de bobi se ono omo so atete interest ne so. Say ehwe rate ye de to treasury bill yamiada roma say no atia bafom from 18% abedru be say 4.5%. A car national data na ebu ekoma kwadwo na oman ne ho me etie no enam say yetimi otimi manage exchange rate into no ama say na car ye de no eso atia ba from close to 90 billion Ghana cedis. It is anyama we nyina kan kwa kire say macro economy no egina ne naso yi enti say we compare 15 billion na Bank of Ghana kire say o ma spend na kire say a chain a Kana Yabono crown. It is in the right direction. Me bomb is the governor now. Or was he saying?
Is it to say that the minority position now almost hold in so?
Minority no Ghana your politics is here na kwaya say pull him down one and maybe an opposition over here. Send your beya ban beya unpopular, no more beya popular, abenya power, and ade bia ni ho aba our power obeya opposition be praising itself away dia aban ya ade da if say nyankopon kra si form be kasa aban ya ade on be nyankopon akinye it is all macro economy stability and saka na kwadwo 15 billion na ya spend no it is worth it so we kra mpa gains na ya nya no eso cha ya 15 billion na ya spend ya no.
I see. Mpacho hold on mame na many doctor New Love as someone so and Twan common so inferior. New Love, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Right. Bijiti baby our boko.
Admara kwanam mpayo. Bibi boko.
Okay. So the issues about economic gains, employment opportunities, cross our concern, no, is it legitimate?
Kojo. Me tie clocks chairman concern na or reason na. Kojo, if you say legitimate, absolutely legitimate. Say normally no, or shall say economy ni improve ya. Ya kasa GDP cost economy ni nyina say there's increase in productivity and adwuma. But and yet all the time and increase in productivity no leading to adwuma. Enti the clock sack can say economy ni na GDP cost there and the estate me reflect ewo adwuma nkrofo ebeyim. Enti legitimate concern as a claimant say omo etimi because yes as well economic development as a GDP growth and employment one a direct relationship. Sabi you can say GDP and product economy ni nyina yes say nneɛma na ya produce o man ni no improvement abem and I can say GDP growth nti ehwe ebia 2024 you produce nneɛma na you produce Ghana say put value on it maybe 1 million. This year the amount I produce the value is 1.5 million. It improvements and abem ABS 50% and as a BBC. Now improvement abem then improvement abem and PMP ABA na a employment and crop are generating and amount of produce baby into bet me abasa say a GDP na cost because crop baby and juma but and yet all the time the case employment na bema GDP na akosro. You will be a friend of improvement in labor productivity. Ebi a nipa 100 and a year juma first. Na omwa ho keka na ewo form. Ebi a na mo training ewo form. Ebi a akande a mo de be year juma no. Na omo nche de ni akande nti na omo ntimi produce bebre. But to say na omo nya akande a obetimi de year juma. And I say, when you training via a boama kakrana a walk on, or me produce more out of it. A bass answer, or makes me improve GDP without necessarily say a big increasing employment. In my said there's a direct correlation and linkage between GDP growth and employment. No, it's not always the case. Now, we'll share a case in point. IMF paper beer me reading the last time. We were working on some work be on Ghana. My name Madam for back one year government spending multiplier for Ghana. Maybe I started planning a bonfire be out before the end of the year. No? So now I was looking at IMF for research about GDP growth and employment. And you could see say GDP growth or more according to Sapipa, the GDP growth is accounted for by employment, only 20% and accounted for by employment. It just say GDP now across employment here a woman accounted for only about 20%. Another 80% now could come from improvement in Nipana Ewahono, improvement in technology, for example, automation. And to say first Nanka yeah the Nipa 100 na year juma. And now as I say I offer machines baby abeka ho a e betimi produce more abra ye nya nipa baby. And that is another case in so betimi GDP no and growth ever cost but now employment and generated. But over the years Ghana case ma observe most of years now we've had what we call jobless growth for some time because the components and as a composition of your GDP no hinayana a fiber. So typical I don't want to be too economics, but it was theory of Heta-Olin theory. I can say say o produce here our memoir share resources are over be brain ɛno na ɛsɛ wɔde produce in order say we be create employment no. So Ghana you will labor bebree. Nti aka ɛsɛ yɛ more labor intensive. Meaning say yɛde nipa na hoɔden na be produce more. Ɛba saa de a time bia no employment ɛbɛkɔ soro mu yɛtumi a generate more. But say yɛanyɛ labor intensive ne ɛkɔ sɛ ɛkɔyɛ capital intensive a yɛde machines ɛbɛ produce a. What it means is say ɛbɛ create problems bebree ama ɔman no because nkurɔfoɔ bebree ɛnyɛ adwuma no bi nyɛ. Nti yɛbisa yɛn ho sɛ Ghana no what constitute your GDP no ɛyɛ ɛnya ɛfiri yɛn. Wohwɛ the oil sector for example, how many Ghanaian experts ɛna ɛyɛ into production of oil? And yɛhwɛ oil side, the contribution to Ghanaian economy has been very huge. And about gold, so until recently, now it was dominated by foreign companies.
So, Nula, are you suggesting, say, Oshayem figures now and you're corresponding to a Niamana ye can't
Not necessarily say and you're corresponding, but the mission say, Susan can say Yawa employment, so no, a Yasa to Sansono. But the figures are corresponding, they are accurate from the Ghana Statistical Service. No? But anytime a GDP growth ever cost no, as a Yatus and so employment. No. But
and why is that so? Economically, no, how do you explain that?
And I make sure say it's not always the case. Say GDP growth cost affect employment. That should have been the norm, but these days it's not always the case because I was saying say you share improvement in GDP now, it could be attributed to machines. And it's how automation that's how to be produced GDP back cost and so maybe I won't employ any. Now say most of the shops may far UK for example. Now say most of the shops na hana nipa etna ho checkout ebi awata de awie wayi ne ma na pese utua ka no de beka kogu is na nipa a check ama no omo aye no automated machines into do ha one kasa was scan wa de na ko baby and say nipa 10 and esa for more transfer machines ne ho a sample for ni na omo reso omo adwuma because yeah automated system no it's a basa na production be cost and no crab cost because nipa bi an kodi line first no say nipa na ti ho scan ade na obe na line dey break our supermarket ho but say see some automatic baby anti no udu ha scan ya na wo scan ya na wo in production no e cost more into go say GDP ebe very big and as a growth will be very high but ask yourself say nipa say and na involved in that growth process now. Obehene nipa kakra bi na machines and na adwuma ne mo. Enti se Ghana de no yenye nipa say nipa am get involved bebre. What it means employment never come from even though GDP no cost. So but even though theoretically no as GDP cost to be a employment no because of some of these situations that you go through no directly no enya sanso na say enya no
na near closag hwehwe no ebesi within medium long term and short term ya ebesi
closag hwehwe no me fi say me no mo ya adwene say your two policies your BBF no GDP led employment and there were employment led GDP. First one is say GDP ni nyina ese edi adwuma eba. And the second one is say adwuma ba ebema GDP ayini. In the case of Ghana no, the second one is say na close at one everything. Na me fi say no na say as country no. Yeah, say increase the employment there and say adopt employment led GDP growth and not GDP led employment policies. Government mean the policy be about say yen fan crofo bebre adwuma na fan crofo bebre adwuma mu abema GDP no akosro But the see and the air one say GDP no akosro no fa adwuma emra. And the situation is GDP no akosro no because ebia you use automation and other way to generate the GDP no, it doesn't create employment. So government needs to have a deliberate policy. About generating employment. NASA employment no, increasing GDP no. About now we're going to have growth with employment because employment no na leading growth no. Nti ebasa na nipa ana yasabe ebeye adwuma no ema mpuntuo aba productivity nim. So it's a close hack kasa I feel me feel say aban no so putting certain but what can be
David Twaso.
Okay, into Esabano putting deliberate policies a bit me ama creating more jobs. Because personally, no, I don't see how a buyer can be creating those jobs. But the incentives are buying to acquire policy are buying implementing. For example, when you talk about school feeding program, now about it me I say you produce bibia you person you consume your krom hanyina no like more tomatoes. When I say SMAC or Burkina Faso Shagana, ordinary tomato, it's a bambeka say, okay, deliberate policy, ebia Afram plains, a commandant, may ma ebia 1 billion cedis and dollars. Mufanye project a bit me generating tomatoes, a bit me producing rice, a bit me use our schools name. A basara is going to generate a lot of employment. Nkrofo better tomato food, no nkrofo better mono. Tomato no so na mu bia omo be processing. That means e be here factories that omo se be processing. So ni now will be a government deliberate policy a generate employment. And a generate employment and so no omo produce mono, omo produce tomato, JD ni sa na money na GDP no cost. In general, you can see say employment now I generated no and the growth never. But what we have now, no, a growth now buffet. So you expect a growth, no, will have a linkage to employment, which should have been the case, but that is not the case now. And like I said before, research shows say at the moment, no, GDP growth, employment explain only 20%. Actually, say improvement about GDP, no, employment now increasing, no, contributed to only 20%. The rest 80%, no, growth if you buy if you baby to set technology improvement in their productivity has increased, they have become more efficient, and so if we can do what we call employment-led GDP growth policy deliberately, and no GDP na cost, but at the same time, no employment and so ebe cost so the bear timemufono ebe juma aye because Ghana is a labor abundant country. Ghana you produce capital bebre machines are using are imported. The same about importing machines na ama your problem no across from more and the creative situation me feel say the machine can human effort to say you acquire tomatoes human effort ever does you acquire more human effort that does maybe being flowers combined harvesters kakra but more na ever human effort not employment no I so these are some of the things, and you can see that anytime a government ever spend is in infrastructure, for example building of roads, building of schools, hospitals, and creating more jobs. Like the people that make actually government multiplier for Ghana, you see, when we estimate estimation you will say government multiplier, government spending multiplier is about 80-something%. What it means is that so government spend this guy a bit generating multiple of effect to the extent of about 89%. It's good that government ever spend this car on infrastructure development. For example, government say what you're paying. How many are you paying? A nipa road labor intensive. Apart from having those machines, no, we be here to do a lot of things. It's about creative jobs. About sika ba nipa bottom. It's kind of nipa bottom one. Some more they will spend the money on better aduane, on better tadi, on better pabwa. More producing aduane so on sorry. Aduane nipa no ono kwa na ye aduane nti se ane nipa bebre na e pese mo aduane na obe employ me enu miensa aka ho. The producing tadi no obe employ bi aka ho. Now is a multiplier no na e cost. So government spending multiplier is very key in terms of government wanting to implement employment-led growth. No, so government then government spending power is very important.
Right.
Which means leaving to the private sector and say, yes, I say private sector is engine of growth, but what we call stimulus incentive. Ebema mwetimi mbie inyumanim na amwetimi afa for send ebeya say ka say growth eba enye sabe machines nkwa and the growth na ba nemo human beings are involved eba sa na ebema GDP na employment relationship no ebeye very high.
Right. Dr. Samuel, in the UK, sex for jobs, is it a criminal issue? And I say said yeah discussing what Ghana hey UK sanity.
A criminal issue. Anything sexual harassment via a criminal issue. We have Sexual Harassment and Discrimination Act 2010. I was amended 2023. Anything sexual harassment, anything discrimination. If you discriminate on the basis of gender, race, disability, anything we call them whatever, I forgot the term. So obi keke a demand will be phone number I can't remember. Obi keke a demand will be number Nipani say the rate at which started Nipano person for number no or harassing no, it became an issue. It became an issue. In Tiahano, when you mean say Obi anyone answer management. And I believe say it should be the case in everywhere. Say if the person qualifies to do the job, it doesn't matter the person's sex, race, or whatever it is. It's, the only problem we have in our part of the world is the lack of opportunity. Emma, some people are very vulnerable because we don't have the jobs available. We don't have the opportunities. In the same way, Namiti, Afia was saying, our interview, Beatrice was also saying the same thing. Say, because of Juma anyone in Obia Junior said, oh, if I could use what I have to get what I want there, I would do it. But you end up getting caught in the web. And then we're talking about, say, President say, young Act Emra. And when I read, I thought, okay, that was good. But then the case came to mind. Say, I read somewhere, was it last year or 2 years ago, that there was a lady there, na one ne boss, and it said that was one of the banks that were Ghana. I think say I don't want to mention the name of the bank. No, now issue came na a court. Now, leading the assembly court eventually, court now. And this mistake case, they said the contract was null and void because the contract was on act of immorality. And the case was thrown out. My sister lady, echo social media can be man, yet in the contempt, AJ for 45 days or something. So if this is the mentality, say the act was immorality, the contract they entered into, was null and void. How would people come forward and say, Ebia, my boss, I harass me, and as I say, Ebia, now, or no, you be as a whole and now when you bring it out, how is it going to pan out? So these are some of the questions I may say. If it has to go to Parliament, they have to look at all of this before take a final decision. But if he said it would have been a very good step to sanitize the system. So if we have a law like that, a bemboama obey school no sabe have at least equal opportunity. Say you are likely to get a job as much as a guy or also the same degree or the same qualification experience. You should be able to have the same equal opportunity and not be discriminated. Say because you're about say we know now just say 10 years down this episode will be that for 10 years when you're Juma here. Right. Me and continue that way. So if you say it's me if say bit me abua. Doctor, not just to enter.
Okay.
Not just to enter, but we should continue to say sexual harassment cases. It me happen. After so I enter a promotion, even to maintain the job, you have to continue to do that. And if there are laws, if it's a factor against a bit protective will be right.
Dr. Medasi Anope, any Akwenya, any India, or the Ababway Jumadi, and Yame Enkau.
It's a pleasure always to be here.
Mr. Dasante. Hello. Mr. Dasante, unmute and let's continue.
Okay, hello.
Right. The same conversation. If the president is asking for criminalization for sex for jobs, baby, I'm one a here dear. As I say, you're condemning man.
Yo, Kojo Marfo, answer na meba no so menka bibia doc kan ni chechire mu no
Mpacho ko wanim.
Doc also answer dwelling so much on the GDP growth. But the status quo of the state of the economy prior to the coming into power by this current government, GDP growth. In the cross as some more can macroeconomic stability. That has been the major change. About we power or the other. Could you tell me?
Me too, pa.
GDP growth there over the years, you higher GDP. Even another time, you hit 8% growth. Now, in them say macro economy, no yentimian stabilizing in the Koreas and any matter tapansa. The crux of what Omokapa said, the government has been praising itself, say, optimian stabilize the economy. And Omo Patch say, stabilization no going enough. Nemo, it should lead to creation of more jobs. And the jobs in a created in a determine the rate of GDP growth. It
all right.
It crops are so much on the fact that government has been praising itself so what must stabilize the economy. And that has been the major change. Abra we buy power no yet necessarily GDP growth because GDP growth then another crop time 8%. Abra we grow it is 8% no. Name stability no and no more parties should lead to creation of job opportunities. Send a payer and Mabruni Mabawa, my woman, Umbenya Jumaye. Mimra Samana Wakan, so sex for employment.
That's right.
I didn't be a Kojo, a hard guinea pa. Na, and no can will be Ama, Drew baby, I know my Mobokakra. If he says, to the Bia, what worry who couldn't crack up Jumaya. Na, ya desire sexy, how I drink. Wabre penino crambo nimse wako okunu enso enam se owo opportunity se ode adwuma be ma na se onfa mountain na ode no abeye trump card a ode wuru hawo se wa ma me kwa ma me no wa na de ani adwuma no me mfa enso bambone na kwadwo ni nyina so no take down to the fact say there has been a serious moral decadence in our society me pa che se o ma na ewo mu no kwadwo si se no obi amfa bibia ho the Obia say, or Befaso Binyani Ope, and the Ama corruption at the crew economy with Ankasan. Apart from Saxon, Koyon himself, Benjamin Kopibia. Ye catch yourself a bear said 40,000 Ghana cities brands and I found. Women in I are there have been power, Emma Bamunia Jumanye. Obi a we school foforo a wonya adwuma da obepa adwuma ya wo demand say o metua 40,000. Person na ka ya 20,000 and say omo pa ja say ya pa yam akọ be 40,000. Ansa na wonya adwuma ye. So what is any man na yesu bamboni bia e wo Ghana fo mu a esesa yetimi abade ne nasi form na me hu ne ntia president wa yi sex for job nkwa a o ka ho asem kodwe yo man man nkofo a o mo hwe emraso police for yen nyina ye ni police for how corrupt they are or they have been over the years they be me taka ho asem pa kodwe wonam kwan so a police for broad daylight omo fere no mo gisga free dawa for ho so who so much the one best stop commercial cars we say something serious has happened now so obe opaki we are okọ nche no the 10 cities amano no amano ko it is a corruption nyina a free police for obi ehunu say the police for ya na emfa aban ho aban cars obetua na mo biara kwadwo say Kumasi area has a utu kwan na pa ebo 4 na police for akọ all major roads no omo bekis kasa na bobese 8 asa na omako senska na omo je no omo kwan kontam obia omo je di free it is our economy ni muna say moral decadence adokroye to the sense say law enforcers krano omo kran na egumra no so kese na omo ampani na hu anka na success for job kwan no ka medi omo ampani no ya pa the bia me kasa omo ampani fa ni nasi form no injecting more discipline in the police system Kojo a factor as a Ghana for you think na so ka ama police for jai sai so bamboni nom de na di wo kwan so no enti sa dia obi abehun se so we bibia aban agitum izo mampani agip nkanwe mampani so nkanwe efasa sa so bamboni ya da bia police for de na di no
nti wo hwan se
aban ni abre
enye sex for jobs nkwan na se omanani ekọ ho ese so omanani kokwan a police for so efa so ye won adwuma ho.
Yeah, corruption in general, man. Police 42. Because almost the any day, almost young will be a who. I say, I buy a jar to me say, well, my police walk and say, almost yen no pebiano for money. Since you can be back for your muji on daily basis, oh, me take me what I know, so that be I may quite would do IGPR.
Have we lost him online? All right. Yeah, that's it. Openi Johnson at that Sante, a economics lecturer, Kumasi Technical University, and Opay, Yanino Edin Komo. If ya, baby, I have doing and Opay in common no ejina employment opportunities. Any hunti, yenye economic gains, mpa. My phone whom faswa a was almost so I go through the process, no, then have a challenge. Because will be person and da nti adwuma no ne okosua ho ade no onya
nti aban de ne nan si fom a onfa ne nan si fom yie said the lecturer no e ka sesia no onfa enhwe all sectors ene corruption I no so edi enya no efisa obewura baabi ebia nipa no ommisa sex but adwuma na wo kope no sika na wonni bie e na wo kwakope adwuma ye nya sika enso na oji sika e de asi sika na mu recruitment time so a enkrofo bebri wo mogya nia kwakosa lie e wo stadium se won mo kwakope adwuma enti empepi no wo hye comment section in command microphone dia do mo kan say won mo e dia adwuma no be ma won no mada they are sleeping and mo no a ya no mo ma no a yemfa mo no mo na mugu awiem na stampede si na microphone pra na microphone wu na de ne maame ne papa etiminya e bia 40,000 50,000 ekoma pani bi hye ne mfunum wada adwodwo ne ho twen se ye befa phone na afre no se brena so enu nti besene ne ko training sa recruitment processes ye do mo fam day 1 day 2 ye say ye fa highest na asankofo ne mfamu bi enti ye besre aban se won fa nani enhye ehon so ne wo Mr Sex na wono so agi sika ansa na wafa wadwuma no eno so omunye bibi mfa ho ye criminalize sex for job a ye criminalize protocol any money for job fi say no so edi enya papa ti mene lecture na ya adwene se ema ban mfa nani nsi ehofa akono onhwe sa akona no so mayen na protocol sem ye kotua ye fa ha yesne ha ebedu baabi no wa woni bie no na kyesa wo babetena ho saa akwada bi so wo ho a ewonimu ade no pepa sanko obekọ military obekọ police obekọ immigration na ode ninimdie akọboa aban enso parents na nya sika nkọhye pani bi afunumu nti na akwada no te ho saa obi kra wo ho a wo say banya soja mempa adwuma bia ho na passion no ewo san nwuma no so ye the passion na eye inti mampani nhwe honso eho asem na wonka.
Right. Whilst we activate the phone lines and pay say ode won komo ebebre no messages are ensaka no kofi behwe na we year free ho e de amayen. We still have your birthdays to celebrate. 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 and pay and komo ayede egu paso no emu bia opese o kira adwen ya ready. Say you know ebedin komo ene mampani nkasa no pay wo Fache television Daybreak Jumedi na yede ebro Kofi. If there are messages, let's roll through them and read it for our friends and loved ones watching and pay.
Of our messages kakraba ewo Facebook mama ready emfama iti for na yahefo omo nyina we free and Kojo and odiaba also good morning, I like your show, keep it up, and also so ediaba ewo Facebook we so free Presla or say also good morning, I'm watching you live from Osu and also so etimi aba we free man them busy or say Fache Daybreak show to the universe and odiaba on one sound to say it's a very bad habit. Say criminalization of jobs, no, a home commoner or also ediaba. We free Master Wood Kumasi Bantama or say the propaganda NDC used to deceive the good people of Ghana has started exposing them. I will urge Ghanaians to have faith and confidence in the next NPP administration to make Ghana work again because governance is meant for serious-minded people. Hashtag Baumia Tuaso 2028. Regards to Honorable Sampine, National Affairs Vice Chairman, hopeful, and also Etimi Ede Aba Ewo Ahanum. Wefri Mariam Ibrahim was a good morning, Mr. Marfo, and Ode Aba Ewo Ahanum.
Right, and I'm sure Marian's birthday will be celebrated in a moment. Why already, you know, Edin Komo. If you are Closak raises a concern that yes, the gains, the figures, everything is right. But ejuma ho ayedin until say ejuma beba no kasa no ayem from
kasa ayem from ai say Ghana timi attain economic growth gains be aba ama inflation edru 3% any ade na enwuma ni ho a enipa benya bi aya na chese eno so ho asem ka asem bi esese mpanimfo ema omani eku ho na wo hwe na oye ho adwuma womo ema opportunities no eno so job opportunities no emra na obia enya binye ho ne yebehu se oh okay se Ghana economy etimi aye stabilizer na chese enema nyina ekoyi
afia ma menko nkranza na mene Nicholas eni nkomo Nico. Hello Nico. Hello, Nicholas.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Papa.
And Papa, me and you.
Yes, sir. My mama changed my pa. I'm money. The pacho me ka bibi kaka afa protocol no ho ache ma mo kan. Anche Ghana no ba dia aya bi ayoto. Senior mo kan you on scam crono bi pian so ebe bounce back. Nti aban se do ki se no mo kana o mo hwe ka protocol ho se no na omo hwe na engine MY Make us say what I'm saying, minimum number, like a minimum catcher. Obi asande agbebia ma no bibiri nipa bibiri na obi isi party ni e ya go before the nipa bibiri ni na e protocol no ho sama ye kan ni odi tene me kan ka mo de mo na ma bibiri ma no ama ya ti jan ko mo no akira kama ni beji.
Okay, nti Nicholas, san friend number ya ebo no ndua. Friend number ya na ye ni ho nkomo.
Mate, but protocol send dia omo hwena omo ka mo asema emu ayi na se na ya no mo ka se obi dia to wa ma no omo ya na emu ayi na me da se
Yeah, that's it. Anopay na odo de abeka ye ho. You can also join us and express yourself on the issues. Ade mampani en kasa anopay. Are we done with the messages?
You on Facebook, WhatsApp no. You say di ho nkomo na e ye wo ho. But close up phone nkomo no moving on. I have problem with
Kafra, Mamen Kopra, so Emra. Richmond, good morning.
Good morning.
Me and you are pay.
Most of it, I was Bishop for you.
Yes,
Como Mudia. Kaka mechanic said, Nina root no, and yet Indiana Beshaban, they do also so from universities near schools, no. Teachers want to come. Teachers want to be from primary JHS down the way the Tolusubani co-investigators in DAD corruption in Africa. Because school grana in the bar, how you treat the different from how you treat the neighbor. Since anybody in I am the dear more than the Quabayabo. Here, when I am more by a month and I'm going to have another boy with a month.
May that say, Anope, Mamen Ko Takwa, Namine Eric, in Komo. Eric, good morning.
Morning, boss.
Eric Kasayit you.
Yes, morning, boss.
Hello. All right, and Sanya Joshua, at the say,
Me pacho you.
Me and you are pay.
Now lecture now, obey can say police would not count the bribe on the dinner and hammer. Question now be done with me here no comments, but comment on my key any different option. Lecture no mono common problem, na police no problem no on the kind, and on the same cancer question now be done. Because among problem be among crowd drive next started from so no obedient on over kind. If you be a question, I won't take a question now with some memory to keep different thing altogether. All right, let's say
all right, Medasi Anope, any Odia Ode Ekaya, who you can also join us na Wafre, Onemampeni Akasa, now the audience so Akan Okovi. We have messages.
WhatsApp messages na ebi etimi aba.
Okay. Eric Vitakwa assign adjoining. Eric.
Morning, Director.
Good morning.
So what you protocol doctor and Petamir and Mitabim. Petabitapa. Uko Tapami that you pay in a Omir or we are never not paying my Yanu put it down as me and to bed first up and take it down. We will tell it to me and 1,000 and Yama each now what happened in years I had to pay guarantee. So don't really if you know about it. How would see if you know get money?
All right. Yeah, that's it. I don't pay. Yeah, Kofi.
Offer into yen also enfree or way free kwamina acidity ahafo achirinsua and no etimi ediaba. Also on behalf of the team of Honorable also Nkrumah Ababio, incoming ahafo regional chairman hopeful, wish our lovely brothers and sisters who write their BEC today the very best of luck in their examination. Your hard work today and build you tomorrow. Special greetings to Owusu Nkrumah Ababio, incoming Ahafo Regional Chairman for NDC. Kwame na acidity hafo. Achirinshoa and also so Ediaba. Masa wood in common there, Medican Eddie, Ewo Facebook dada, and was also Diaba, Ewo WhatsApp hand of her.
Right. So we'll be rising up this morning. I'm sure that it would have a good week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be more exciting. And check. Kofi or Takrade? Hello, Kofi. Hello, Kofi. All right. I'm not sure Kofi is online.
Yes, hello.
Kofi, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yentio.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm online. Hello. Yeah, good.
All right. And so let's do the birthdays. But before that, Afia, any Kofi, have you seen the trending video of a pastor who is sacking a church member because he's on TikTok? Is that? All right. Echina ibedi ho nkomo.
Or pamona fra sorry dem.
Yes, or pamono.
Omo ya sorry no share TikTok. O na send ne kwan so.
Any kwan so offer.
Onye serious. No, you are not serious. Why would you be in church? No afa phone. I heard TikTok. Any apie na hey. Yeah, serious na ya ba sorry. We are there for serious business. So for nya bone. Oh.
Any of no TikTok.
Oh, me can say be our TikTok and so for them pen one. Sorry. That's what I sorry them. No, I found a phone. Now I heard TikTok videos. Abra. So for preach dia. Oh, this is a pamono. So for nya bone.
All right, so we'll expand that discussion, God willing, tomorrow, and the other messages are not paid. So it's your birthday, so we want to wish you the best of the day. Happy birthday to my amazing twins. And they are Obed Senior Quason and Obed Junior Quason. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday going out to you. Sana from the heart of Ajwa Pepson. I celebrate you both today and always. Two special souls, one beautiful bond. Your life are a true blessing and a joy to everyone. That's a message to the beautiful people celebrating the day. Let me move on, celebrating friends and loved ones. There's a congratulatory message to a brother who has been elected as president of the West Africa Arm Wrestling Federation, Dr. Kofi Addo Ajekum. Well, congratulations. Okay, so it's from PV Jantua. Kojo. It's also a birthday going out to a beautiful soul. Afia, I see Winky. I don't see the other one. So Winky, celebrating your birthday. And he said, "Nema phone. I'm going to nema phone. I'm going to tell you."
Enti semetro a fe I a na ma wo a sanka ba hu say ya fia.
That's right.
Aha. Enti sa pepe na tie.
Hey, namo
showbiz producer.
Me boss no. Nti nko kan kire me say na ye na woda. Na me fa kwan soronko so. Na me celebrate no. Na Afia mami empeja mi mu na me ma wa woda pa why. Yeho anhira. Na ma hwe ya. Ya de me letter be mami. Tuma peja mi mu dia na tese bibia fine. So happy birthday to Afia, and I'm sure that you'd get the best that you want for yourself today and the days ahead of you. Who else is celebrating? It's Ma Linda Ajubi. Ma Linda Ajubi is celebrating her day. He's the CEO of Dublin Pastry Parlor. It's from your daughter Nanaya Priscilla and the siblings wishing you the best of the day. All right. Let me get to another one. And this one is Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa Owusu. Mona Lisa Owusu. is at Humpty Dumpty School at Ahojo. You are 9 years today. Mommy and auntie, they wish you the best of the day. A couple of birthdays. I may not have the pictures, but I'm sure as we mention their names, they will be excited about it. Anope, Yemfa Inshira Stronko Emma Mariam Ibrahim, she sent a message. Today is her birthday. So Mariam, happy birthday to you from the bottom of our hearts. We wish you the best of the day. Melissa Asari is celebrating. Happy birthday, Melissa. Kwame Amin Bafo. You know Kwame Amin Bafo, Kofi? He's been a sports journalist doing some work. I'm sure he works at a bank now. Kwame Amin Bafo, happy birthday going out to you. Kojo is celebrating. Wish you the best of the day. A senior most, Nana Kwao Friku, and that's Chronicle. He's celebrating his birthday. Good morning to you, senior. And to all of you celebrating your day, Anope one wish you the best of the day. Nyame Omana Dom. And in a humo brono enye kese so. Can we have a song because my boss is part of those celebrating the day? And so I wrap up discussion and pay. Mr. My boss, Samu Kofi Kenyatta. If it's the latest, why not?
Oh no, yes, I'm fan.
If it's the latest song, we can have it for my boss, and it goes to the benefit of the rest of you celebrating your day. If it's not that one, then any other song from Kofi Kenyatta will do for my boss this morning, celebrating her birthday. Are we ready with a song? Against the former morning when my boss, why? Because said the more, I said the more 7 in them. Birthday so yante ntiene you see for me say you pe kwan be fa so I be celebrate. When the level no the level no enye gari ni beans birthday same bia. But just to ask, you went there, right? Friday, you were there. What celebration did the general manager give you guys out there?
Me free one time of
No. Do one who
me.
Oh, now one tissue so.
Oh man tissue.
That's one year.
Oh, ebiana home common in MP.
But so year and cabete.
And I mean to me, Hono.
If ya, once one tissue, the general manager, you be strong, Kumbia.
Man, tissue. If you had the come of us to the birthday, then you.
At the general manager, didn't mean you will be at the end.
Yes, yamping and yaban nay no dear, said Bia. And I get sure birthday now for park and so.
Of a general manager, not on per se, become once more. Also, and the babe no person could see. A person could be able to say, and the babe also who was an open.
And yes, I know, Penno. Oh, Janet from accountability.
On per se, be a window who say, and then I would intimidate myself from that end.
Sana also we do dear.
But two things happened over the weekend. One was the games. Okay. And when you check on the social media platforms, it was not just media houses, but the kind of being bonding course. I'm excited about it. The other media platforms kept talking about it and giving us videos and pictures. And I think that we should be building on that. Some 20 years ago, when Lavin C. Nom ne Omo Akano call Baba Sports Stadium ball. It was so exciting. Wow. And we need to reactivate Sanyamano. Now, sports for you also had a platform. Now more events near the sports of one. I think that we should reactivate Sanyamani can yem fan yasam and opeoma be can see a default. And yinya go king so free. I'm asking at this point, Momwame na ye misa management say go king owufia na de na ye yan.
Oh, anya na 1K video for say.
O ti say obi ntimi enkoji go king fam befi na enye silent sa. Nti anope we want to salute our go king and we wait for management to tell Lord Asamoah something big or do something big for Lord. Lord, we salute. I'm sure we are ready with our song. And so before we do the song, which will be our sign out, Afia, what do we tell them?
Yo, Abusia, Anope, and Koma, ye di any nyina, Jina Mampani, ono so ne nkomo a enano mede wodi ye no eso yenim say abobo so yi mpanimfo behwe na won mo atu ho anamon ye besre nwumara no mo so mo sesa emfri saa esu ne ho na nkente saa nka nkomo we kura no ye nuru ho enti mumfa opportunities no emma woni a womo edi nimdie ani suahunu no aba ebepe adwuma sense obekasa wodi nipa niti ebeto form ansa na wodi adwuma ama no eba ne saa no kwasem na entwe ye nti ye twen se emra no ebeba na abe criminalize saa ade no a ekoso no ye hunu ne bibia beko akosie
Kofi signing out my name.
Offer ye ko na yen country nuanom MPP for ne say omunkomo no mudi no concerning BOG losses no 2022 omunko ano at their time omu lose 60 billion Ghana cedis obi anka ho asem at that time the economy na protect investment amudi shame no mo intimi incur from that time
that's ne enko no
offer me say me trauma dey from that time up to right now 80 million omunko ade 60 billion into offer me did say BOG 15 billion losses no it was on a good direction. Her policies of the year na was very good only if say yen reserves in the swat there but then omo investment near DBO ye bia was very good but offer yen country omo asebi nyumeku si omo na so na omo manage companies e wo krom ha ne say epamocho yen kwada na asebi modi omo ayase adani good kan say galamsi tu no munjai ne ba na sa na mo the pressure and e train so yen boys ne we tiri na asebi afi na ye wure mu no ba na sa na ya na demanding no akwakwa bibi e wo ho no mo sem enkwada no mo sei wo mo nya wo na obi bia so a sebi e woni tirim se ono de gise waji obesika asan so ene nada ansa na wama na kwanya so no ono so yenka nche se sa law na eba no se yensa so mu a 15 years there e wo se e de ma no fa yenka nche aban se tembia no omwa emma so enya big positions because of you will money be brain e de omko big position no or make me deliver baba akwa tembia me hu na me di mani eto ne pan ya Dr. Reverend Joyce I connected no from 2011 to 2010 no CEO for Chamber of Mines, the first African woman who hold that position no the bia me hu ne pe na meni agese me ba baby and as me nua baby betimi akọ that particular mantle na I was saying
Mpacho why na me mom me boss the way you are going we end up not playing the song but yeah that's no pay why the name says want some catch so let the music grow and let's dance to the song grateful